Let's get nasty on a Tuesday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. We'll talk a little Blues, talk a little Cardinals. How about Yadier Molina talking to Katie Wu about...
Guy's a traitor.
Oh, come on.
What, really?
We'll get into it. Save it. We'll get into it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
More legal tampering in the NFL. We'll get you up to speed on that.
Tampering.
Some of our thoughts on that.
It's like saying, I committed a legal murder. No, it's either murder or it isn't.
Yeah,
the tampering or you did legal tampering.
So there's involuntary manslaughter.
Murder might be a step, way elevated. Like you didn't go to theft or robbery or grand theft. Okay, there you go.
Legal vandalism.
There you go.
Isn't there premeditated murder?
Yeah, he jumped like
and then
20 different crimes. Like
isn't
the
all murder premeditated unless it's manslaughter?
I don't think it's all.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Like if you're defending yourself.
Yeah,
but then
it becomes manslaughter sometimes.
Right.
So all murder is like if you're going to kill somebody.
You technically murdered somebody.
Yeah, but it's manslaughter. It's what
involuntary manslaughter.
If you're going to kill somebody, usually you've thought about it. Like you've thought to yourself, okay, I'm leaving the house today with a gun on purpose.
That's premeditated.
And if I cross paths, yeah, but Carey, hear me out. Because anything, if it's an accident, self-defense, you didn't mean to kill, it's manslaughter.
Well, no,
otherwise murder, which means you thought about it.
There are crimes committed, there are murders committed during crimes that are not premeditated, where you're robbing a place and then
that's
someone
premeditated because you're committing an illegal act.
Yeah, but your intent wasn't to commit a homicide in that.
You didn't know till you felt that feeling. You're like, yeah.
I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah.
That's something we'll explore at some point during the show. By the way, Jim Montgomery.
By the way, any lawyers on the text line, feel free to chime in.
The lawyer probably telling us to shut up.
Yeah. Stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Just stop talking. Jim Montgomery will join us at 5 o'clock, so we'll talk to the Blues head coach about his team. Speaking of the Blues, they're not back in action until 2 days from now when they take on the Pittsburgh Penguins pregame right here on 101 ESPN at 5 o'clock. So on Thursday, the Blues will be back in action. But, Jamie, you often like to talk about having the answers to the test.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
And you usually refer to that comment when you're talking about Karen, who used to supply you with answers.
No, she didn't supply me with answers. She just wrote them down for me.
Ipso facto, she had the answers.
In my handwriting.
Yeah, and then therefore you had. Yeah, she just turned her.
Yeah.
Do you write lefty? I know you shoot lefty. Do you write lefty?
No.
Okay, so she wrote lefty then for you.
Oh, okay, Orange Reading Group. No, you're kidding.
It's Periwinkle. I got dropped. I didn't have the heart to tell you. No, but when you're saying have the Blues having the answers to the test, you had said in a pre-show meeting, you're like, yeah, the Blues seemingly now have the answers to the test. You're not just talking about finding a role for like a young guy. You're talking about the veterans having the answers now too.
Absolutely. Look at Jim Montgomery has not touched the lineup once since the Four Nations. He even sat Matthew Joseph for an entire period of hockey. Played him again the next day. Had a good talk with him. Let him know what the expectations were. Matthew Joseph accepted the expectations, which we'll call them the answers at this point. And Matthew Joseph has gone on to use those answers and stay in the lineup every single night. And he's playing well. He's playing the best hockey he's played all season long in the last handful of games. And he's not the only one. Toropchenko knows what his job is. Foxa knows what his job is. Nathan Walker knows what his job is. That line is being used like similarly to Sundqvist, Barbashev, and Steen. Not comparing it because that's his craziness, but I'm just saying Monty's not afraid to play that line against anybody in the NHL. Like you come out with Connor McDavid and that line's up to you're fine for now. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, any young player or any player in general, if that's not a superstar, right? When you're a superstar, you get a little more slack. Like, you can kind of flub things up and kind of do your own thing at times. But if you're not one of those top-tier players in any sport, do what your coach asks. If you do what those are the answers to the test.
Yeah, but here, I'll take it one step further. You're right. You're 100% right. There are different rule books for different players.
100%.
Like, trust me.
Yeah.
I know. My rule book was like 2,700 pages thick, and Brett Hull's was a sheet of paper.
Yeah, with a one-liner.
Yeah, maybe not even anything on the piece of paper, okay?
Take this.
Yeah,
Don't tell
Brett.
anybody
Just
what it
pretend
says.
we're giving you coaching here. No, but for me, I'll go one step further. The Blues veterans have changed their style of play. Jordan Kyrou is playing the best hockey I've seen him play in his career. All around. Like, has he had seasons where he's had more points, where he's been a little more electric offensively? Yeah, it happens. But the other night, he made 3 defensive plays against the Kings. 1 was a body check to stop a guy. 2 was he put a stick in the lane to stop a pass. 3 was a back check where he lifted a guy's stick and stole the puck. But the text line last year and most, like, they get rid of that guy. He's garbage. Get rid of that guy. We're starting to see now with the proper coaching, the proper maturation of Jordan Kyrou. So, like, you can't go back and say, well, Chief didn't know how to coach him. No, that was a different player then. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot changes in a couple of years, especially in pro sports. And so Jordan Kyrou's found a new level of his game, and he's also he's accepted that role of being a little better all around. Braden Shen's accepted his role between Holloway and Kyrou. Like, Jake Neighbors has accepted his role as, by the way, you're the grunt.
Yeah.
You're the mule on this line. We're going to strap every weight that we know to your back. You're going to carry it up the mountain. If you fall down, get back up. We're going to put more weight on you, and you're going to drag it around.
And you're going to be great.
And you're going to love it because you're playing with 2 guys that are hot right now.
Yeah.
Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnich.
You think they're hot?
And pretty good-looking guys.
Okay.
I give them that, you know?
Okay.
I mean,
Just
depends what
checking.
you're into.
Sounds like you told us.
Do you have a preference?
Not guys.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you wanted to tell us something.
No.
They're handsome gentlemen.
They are handsome.
Yeah,
handsome
guys.
ladies.
We're all secure in our manhoods.
Indeed. You said Mike Tomlin, he would often say, I'll treat everyone fairly. I'm not going to treat you equally.
Yeah.
Like, how I treat, Hines, I probably ain't going to treat you the same way. How I treat, Ben, that 4th linebacker on the depth chart, 6th linebacker, special teams guy, you're going to be treated fairly. You ain't going to be treated like Ben.
But here's what I learned over the years, is the star players, although the rule book is different for them, okay? Like,
it definitely is.
It's definitely. But they're also held to a standard that's way higher, too. So, like, if your star quarterback, Ben, is out there and he's got Ben's own book of rules with Mike Tomlin.
Right.
But he is falling short of the mark. He's still in crap.
There you go.
Because he's got to fulfill his duties at the same time. And I just think that this Blues team right now, this is the best iteration of them since probably the year after they won the Stanley Cup. And we all know how that went into the bubble and all that stuff. And then the year after that wasn't a good year. And then they missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. And hell, they might miss the playoffs 3 years in a row. I don't know what the outcome is ultimately here for this team. But what I do see is a group of guys that have completely bought in to what the coaching staff is selling.
It's amazing. You almost need winning to have everybody buy in. But in order to win, you need everybody to buy in. It's like, hey, guys, let's keep going. We're going to get there. We're going to get no results. A little bit of results, a lot of results. So, I'm in. And it's just a matter of where are you in the season when that clicks. And it's not too late for the Blues, which is the good part. But we are running out of time. So hopefully they do make the playoffs because I would be really interested to see what this team does.
Me too. And I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. Well, let me take that back.
Well, not
when
this.
it comes to this part of my thoughts for the Blues, I'm not crazy, is that teams are not going to really want to play them if they're playing the same style of game that they're playing right now. It's because they've beaten the Avalanche. They took the Jets to the overtime. Like, you've gone, or to shootout, whatever it was. You've gone up against some of the best teams here, and you've played very well. The LA Kings are a hell of a hockey team. And you beat them twice, and you took them to overtime another time, which is very difficult to do. I just think that right now, the guys have been given the answers to whatever test they hold, and they're doing a good job with it.
That's Jamie Rivers. That's Gary Davis. That's Andrew Marshall. Anything Stalter. It's a fast line on 101 ESPN. Yadier Molina spoke to Katie Wu at The Athletic and discussed why he hasn't been around for the Cardinals and also what his intentions are down the road when it comes to being a big league manager. One of the quotes that he had, or that Katie had in her article, well, it got a rise out of some Cardinals fans. We'll let you know what that was next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony feels good to be feeling young again, doesn't it? Yeah, you know. Come on, I see that
Yeah, I
smirk.
feel good. I went to Mentality today.
You did?
Yes.
Which location?
South County.
I'm head off to Chesterfield tomorrow morning. What a great group over there. I remember first time walking in Mentality, not intimidated, but kind of like shy, felt like, I don't know if I want to be here. And then the board-certified physicians and Angel and her staff over there are awesome. It's kind of like a locker room.
Yeah.
They banter with the boys are bantering back, and then they do the full blood draw on you and figure out what's going on. Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Because, of course, we're getting older, and that stinks. So, but we can fix that. You have low testosterone, and you're deficient in certain vitamins. But here's your program. You're going to feel better soon. And they weren't wrong.
It's funny, Jamie. You go in, you almost go in a little skeptical, just like anything, a healthy amount of skepticism. You're like, wow, come on. What sort of snake oil are they selling here? But it's all backed by science. It's all backed by human biology. Yeah, us as men, we get older, testosterone levels drop, and there are some natural things that you can do, and I highly recommend those. Sleeping right, eating right, exercising, all that. That's all good, but we still need help. And when it comes to Mentality, it is healthy. They do it the right way. Most insurance covers the program for you, which is nice.
So no excuses.
So no excuses. And here's the best part. It works. Jamie and I certainly wouldn't do it if it doesn't. We're there every week. We love Mentality. You will too. Visit them at lowtusa.com. If you're tired of feeling crappy, if you're tired of being tired, if you're tired of going to the gym and not getting the workout done, no consistency, you're all over the place, see Mentality. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you in there. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Katie Wu sat down with Yadier Molina, and it was kind of enlightening why he hasn't been around. And it's a pretty simple answer. He was gone for a long time. When I mean gone, I mean gone from his family. His 19-year playing career took him away from his family. And he's got 3 kids. He's got a wife that he had highlighted in the story with Katie Wu about how that's a lot to put on his wife when he's gone. He was gone playing with the Cardinals for all those years, and he wants to make sure that he's there for all 3 kids. But his eldest son, who's 16 years old, they moved to Austin, Texas, and he's playing high school ball, and he's a catcher, and he's a good player, and Yadi wants to be there. So Molina's absence, as Katie Wu put, has raised concern with the fan base, the Cardinals fan base, some doubting his commitment to his role and the only major league organization he's ever known. I also want to point out that when people were panicking when the Cardinals said, hey, we would love to have you as a special advisor, come on in, and there was no communication with Yadi, a lot of people put that on the Cardinals. Wow, they screwed this up. Why don't they just call Yadi? Well, Yadi wants to invest his time right now in his family. Every right to do so. The other thing is that when the time is right, and he does want to be a big league manager, he continues to manage, the winter, World Baseball Classic and do some winter ball stuff. But the seasons are shorter, and they don't cross over with his son's high school baseball. So that's why he's doing that stuff. But eventually, he's interested in being a big league manager. Mm-hmm. I think the thing that really stood out in Katie Wu's article is when Yadi said that he'd be open to managing any team in Major League Baseball, any team that was interested. He even cited the Chicago Cubs. He said, this is baseball, right? If we decide as a family, if I have a chance to manage, and I can manage anywhere, I'd manage the Chicago Cubs if they want.
You can't say that. You can't say that. No, you can't.
Why not?
No, you can't.
Jamie,
no.
How many teams you play for?
A lot.
And which one was your favorite?
Blues. That's why I live here.
Was it?
Yes.
No, it is now. But I guarantee you when you were playing, it was whichever one was paying you.
True, but I'm not Yadi. But it's different. I'm not Yadi. I didn't spend my whole career in one spot.
But if another team...
another team.
Yeah. If another team wants to pay you to be their coach or their manager...
I get it.
You're not going to go because of your loyalty to a certain place?
Then, you know what? Deal with the repercussions of it.
Yeah, well, I'll deal with the repercussions.
Calling you out on it.
And you know what I'll be trying to do every time? I'll be trying to beat the hell out of them. Because that's the competitive nature.
Is this why you like the Ravens now?
No, I don't. If the Ravens
it's funny
call
how this
me
works. The guy who likes the Ravens is back in
John
Yadi
Harbaugh is retiring. We want you to be the head coach. You think I'm gonna say nah? Hell nah.
No, but you're not.
Can be your OC.
No offense to you.
There you go.
No offense to you.
He doesn't even like the Ravens.
You're not Yadi.
I
Ben
agree.
Roethlisberger all of a sudden, or
and I'm sure Ben would be. It would be the same way.
I don't know.
Right?
I view it different.
I think so.
I view it different.
I
had a chance to sign with the Chicago Blackhawks. I could have made money playing for that team, and I signed with a different team.
But you had options.
If
that was the only team you had, you'd have signed with the Blackhawks because you wanted to keep playing.
Probably.
There you go.
But Yadi has a choice. Like, he's Yadier freaking Molina.
He might not have a choice when it comes to managing.
There you go. He might not have as many options as we assume.
Come on back to us. You don't have to do this.
He's
mad.
You're rolling.
He's paddling out.
I'm not paddling.
I know you're
paddling out on the island. Okay,
just paddle.
You came into the show on an island.
You're only halfway there. Just paddle back to us.
No, I can't. I couldn't stomach it. Imagine Yadier Molina, the manager of the Chicago Cubs. Yadier Molina.
It'd be awful. Can I make another suggestion?
Yeah.
He can come back and catch because Ivan Herrera has 2 stolen bases on him and 1 throwing error today. I mean, right now at this moment, that's not great. They are. They're just going to line up. I mean, as soon as they get on first. Anthony, you were right. You said this. You were right.
Thank you.
The ball he just threw to second last inning was
underhand.
It might have been. It looked like slow pitch.
You almost wish it was.
I wish it would have been. I would have felt better watching that throw. My eyes popped out of my head. If you go back to the YouTube, my eyes were huge. I'm like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah.
And the second baseman was like, all right, good job, good try.
No.
No. This isn't Little League. No damn good try.
First grader's fine. If you want to do that, you can have the conversation. That's
Throw
fine.
the damn ball, man.
So if we drag this back to Yadi for a second, and I'm 100% in agreement that if he's spending time with family and all this, I back it. Absolutely. But then why did you accept the job, accept the title? I don't know if he's being paid or not. Maybe he hasn't received a dime because he hasn't done anything. But has it ever been said that he's no longer a consultant or that he didn't do it? Like, why the ruse, so to say?
I don't know. I can't answer
really
that.
Weird.
But yeah, in my opinion, if I'm just going to take a stab in the dark on this, he probably wants to be a part of the organization. He still wants to.
Yeah, but shouldn't you actually have to do something?
He did. Yes.
Are they paying him?
He did say.
I don't know.
He did say in the article, I'll paraphrase, so I don't waste time finding it, but he did say that it was difficult post-career, like right out of retirement. It was rough for him. So maybe he agreed to it right away with full intentions that he was going to go back and forth and he was going to be a consultant and he was going to be at spring training and he was going to be the catching consultant and all that. Yeah. And then he got home. He started to, work with his kids and all of a sudden it was things change, Mox.
Can I draw a parallel for you to help us all along here right now?
Absolutely.
So Yadi took a job.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Consultant of back catching / friendly guy, team guy, whatever, right?
Special projects coordinator alongside Gershie.
No. We're not going there with it. Come on, it's Yadi. So he takes this job, realizes that he doesn't want to do it or can't do it or doesn't have the time to do it. Nothing is said. We still don't know. It's in the abyss.
I could see that.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Matt Holliday took a job, going to be bench coach. Got all the way through a bunch of stuff and then realized that, one, his heart either wasn't in it, or two, he wanted to be spending more time with his boys, similar situation, as they're making their way up to the majors.
So we have at least one common denominator.
Yeah, and what did he do? He left and made it public that he was leaving and like the reasons and all, but we still don't know what's going on with Yadi. Why does one situation seem so complicated and the other one, which was more difficult, by the way, for Matt Holliday to pull out of that job when he did, way more difficult for Matt Holliday to do that and own it and wear it than for Yadi, who's been in relative obscurity, to just say, yeah, we're waiting. I haven't done anything yet. We've kind of parted ways on the consultant job. I'm here if they need me. They can always call me.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, maybe the answer lies in with what you just said. And you had said before, a couple of minutes ago, and you're right, what is his title? Maybe because it's been left open-ended as opposed to, you're the bench coach. And Matt Holliday knows he has got to essentially resign or not take that offer.
But that's why I said it's much harder because it's way more public.
It is much harder. It is more public, but there's also, hey, the expectation is 162 plus.
So what was the expectation with Yadi? Nothing?
And maybe he was too open-ended.
Call us whenever you want to talk?
It's meandering now.
Well, I think his role wasn't an actual coach. He wasn't scheduled to be on the bench or
but wouldn't he have come
with
in
the team
somewhere?
every single day.
At some point, CD, we would have seen him at spring training standing there. At some point, if I'm the Cardinals, hey, Yadi, just stand next to the catchers. Take a picture. Like something.
Yeah.
He probably was like, I'm not associated with these guys. You don't put my name on this.
Don't you put my stamp on this.
He might have. He might have saw some video and said, nah.
Maybe
there's no fixing this.
I don't know. Whatever. Maybe, I guess, you know what? Honestly, I know I'm hyper-focusing on stuff that's irrelevant because it's already passed and going on and whatnot. But if he manages the Cubs, that's it. I'm out on him.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. You can do what you want, so can Yadi. So
I know. Well, that's the beauty of being in America.
That's right. Look at you.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
American,
a proud American
now. A couple of weeks ago,
he had the
donning
Canadian
that
spandex on.
Canada, white and red.
As soon as I pulled up, I'm like, what the hell is this he's got on?
No, you ran up to the door.
I'm glad you took the picture.
I took a picture as soon as he opened the door. He had his
Canadian
tight sweater, barely squeezing into it, and he's like, yeah,
thanks for noticing.
Yeah. He's been in the gym, Jamie. I can tell.
Yeah. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. The NFL legal tampering period continues, which we might as well just call it free agency. NFL free agency continues. Is Carey about to get his quarterback with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Here we go.
Oh,
That's next on 101 ESPN. I love Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum. In fact, I'm going to head out there tomorrow. They've got their Nissan Now sales event going on right now, which means you can take advantage of exclusive offers like $359 down and $359 per month on select new Kicks and $449 down and $449 per month on select new Frontiers. We're not talking about leases here. Over 800 new and used vehicles are all in one location with heavily discounted prices on every vehicle in stock as part of that Nissan Now sales event that's going on. So now it's a great time to head out to Auto Center's Nissan. They get 0 down and no payments for 3 months on select used vehicles, or no payments for 6 months. That's right, no payments for 6 months on select new Nissans at Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum. If you have credit issues, or maybe you're stuck in a current loan, other dealerships, they're going to overpromise on financing, and then they're going to underdeliver. But at Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, they're confident that anyone who walks through the doors can drive away in a brand new Nissan. Check them out online at autocentersnissan.com. When you head out to Herculaneum, tell me Anthony Stalter sent you. It's Auto Center's Nissan.
Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues take on the Penguins on Thursday. Pregame starts at 5 o'clock. Puck drop is at 6. We'll talk with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery at 5 o'clock. So stay tuned for that. Tonight, we have the West Coast Conference Championship game. More college hoops for you right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame for that one, tip-off for that starts at 8 o'clock. We're going to dive into some of the news coming out of the NFL. That's next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
So we've all decided here in the Fast Lane we're just going to call it NFL free agency because it just sounds stupid to say tampering period. Whatever. It's NFL free agency. And it continues. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer is, quote, not sure, unquote, where Russell Wilson lands if the Giants sign Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron has been connected to Carey's Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, there was a report earlier today that the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers would get something done by the end of the day. But there's more reports that the Giants had great conversations with Aaron Rodgers and that he may wind up with the Giants.
Well, who the hell is he going to pass to there?
Malik Neighbors.
I know, but like...
Oh, he's going to suck no matter where he is. In my opinion. Okay. In my opinion. And I said with all due respect...
You're entitled to feel how you feel.
I said that now.
No, you can't say it post.
It has to be before.
There's certain rules.
Okay.
There's rules of engagement.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Carey, I don't know what your Steelers are going to do. Like, the Giants are in position to take one of the two quarterbacks in this year's draft. Yeah. And regardless of what you feel, not you, but you in general, feel about Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, they're probably better options than a highly depleted Aaron Rodgers at this stage. But your Steelers seem convinced that they got to go the route of the old, past his prime quarterback.
Well, I mean, I think they're going to have to go with one of them because of where they're drafting. They're drafting, I think, 21st, somewhere around there. And so, it's going to be either Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Looks like it's depending on what Aaron wants to do. I heard earlier, as you said, the Giants and the Steelers are, I guess, his final two options as to where he wants to decide to play. And I hope that the Steelers, whichever route they go, they're still looking to either move up in the draft or draft a quarterback maybe in the later rounds that they can develop into being a starter. You don't necessarily have to get a first-round draft pick to be your guy. I mean, the Seahawks did that with Russell Wilson. He was not a first-round draft pick. The Brock Purdy was not a first. He was a seventh round. Well, he's Mr. Irrelevant. Like, you can find a quarterback to be your quarterback of the future. It doesn't have to be a first-round guy, but you're going to have someone in that role for at least the next couple of years, for sure this year, while you try to figure it out. No, I don't know. With all that being said, I don't know which way they go. I mean, I've seen the Russell Wilson project. I don't know that I need to see it again. I watched Aaron Rodgers play. He's old, man, and just
he can't take his house.
He's an older gentleman.
He's old. Yeah.
He's hard for him to protect himself.
He's not just old. He looks old on the field.
Yeah. Now you're with me. You agree, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what route they go. I don't know where they go. I am excited to see that it feels like they're breaking the old mold of not signing free agents. They traded for DK Metcalf and gave him a new deal. Like, I'm excited because it gives me hope. Like, maybe they will spend some money in free agency. Maybe they will move up in the draft and couple some picks and a player or two to be able to move up in the draft and be able to get in that spot or that position to draft one of those quarterbacks. We don't know how the draft is going to play out come April, but the Steelers have to figure something out because it's just not been good.
Brandon in the Snake Pit had cited that Rodgers nearly threw for 4,000 yards last year and nearly 30 touchdowns, which is true. And then he said Pitt has 2 damn good wide receivers. It might be fun to watch. Yeah. So it is confirmed Brandon from the Snake Pit hates Carey Davis.
So who's going to block? Who's going to block?
I don't know if it's that Brandon.
Oh, it's a different one?
Now, that Brandon ain't been back. He owes me a damn $1,000.
This is sane Brandon.
And if we ever find
Are we
him,
sure?
Yeah.
How do we know the difference?
There's
I feel
a
like
different
Brandon,
spelling.
the other
We'll
Brandon.
know the different Brandon. Sane Brandon in the Snake Pit. He has thoughts that are connected. Makes sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, you said something negative about my Cardinals. I hate you guys. Burn in hell. That's the other Brandon.
It was a lot. Yeah.
He meant it too.
Yeah.
I think he did, actually.
All right. Carey, real quick. Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
I saw Russell Wilson play last year.
Yeah.
You saw Rodgers play, too.
Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
I would give another opportunity to an older gentleman in Aaron Rodgers than I would Russell Wilson.
Wow.
Okay. Rodgers or Kirky football?
No. I don't
Rodgers or Kirky football?
You got to pick one, Carey. That's the way the game works.
That's
Aaron
the game.
Rodgers.
Okay. All right.
I don't want damn Kirk. He costs too much.
He's
and
great.
if Pittsburgh pays Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I don't know what you're paying him. $20 million, $25, 1 year deal. Get him done, get him in, get him out.
What are your thoughts on the 49ers? I kind of like what they're doing.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you know why? I know that's
because they got to pay their quarterback. That's why they're doing it.
The 49ers know that their window has closed.
Well, maybe.
This is an organization that has an understanding of, like, we can't continue. Our run was really good. We made multiple Super Bowl appearances. We had multiple NFC Championship game appearances, and we couldn't get it done with this group. And now we're older and we're more expensive than ever. It's time to move on. Mm-hmm. And I think the 49ers are doing what a lot of organizations, one here locally in the Cardinals, loathe doing. And that is understanding where you're at and making the conscious effort to retool.
Right.
And have an actual retool. So I kind of like this. Looks bad on the surface. You're losing a lot of talent. But I think they're saying
talent.
With 12,
trying to.
All right, but Deebo Samuel can't stay healthy. If they can get rid of Ayuk, that probably makes sense too, because Ayuk can't stay healthy. They're moving on from some of these guys, and they got 12 draft picks. Jamie, you have your hand up.
Yeah, question. Where does, and maybe I missed it along the way because there's been a lot of NFL action and news. The other Bosa, Joey, where's he at?
So he is.
He got released
by the Chargers.
Yeah.
There's 2 teams interested. I think it was the Dolphins and the Giants, if I'm remembering off the top of my head.
I saw the Dolphins.
Why wouldn't my Lions go kicking the tires on that?
The Lions have had a weird offseason.
They really have.
They're running it back with some of these injury-prone guys.
Like, I would have picked up the phone and called him right away. Can you imagine having him and Hutchinson on the same line?
I mean, that would be good, depending on, like, I would like Bosa on a 1-year deal.
Well, I wouldn't give him the farm.
Right.
You know? He's going to go to a good team.
It'd be interesting.
Sometimes a player like that with a bounce back with a good team, they're probably going to go, well, they'll make the playoffs, and who knows about the NFC Championship, but they'll make the playoffs, go from there.
Yeah. I like what Marsh's Vikings have done. They've loaded up on the defensive line. I think they've made some smart moves. It's all going to come down to whether or not J.J. McCarthy can stay healthy. But
I think that was like the move they should have made was re-signing their quarterback.
Uh-oh. Your thoughts, Andrew?
Well, then all these people that you just mentioned probably they're not on the team. It's as simple as that.
You got $100 million, $33 million.
You wouldn't have Jonathan Allen.
The cap went up. They can make it happen.
You still can't fit everybody under the cap.
You can make it happen.
They got their quarterback. I don't know if he can play. He hasn't played in 2 years, but I do know he won a national championship because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
Okay. I'm happy for him.
You know, Marsh,
we're talking nice about a Big Ten team, Carey. You should like that.
I'm happy.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you, Jamie.
Nah. This football season is over. We only talk nice if one of the Big Ten teams are playing for the championship. After that, every man for themselves.
I'm just so confused as to, like, the idea of wanting a quarterback on a rookie deal and building your team around him, but then you bring in one guy who's been a journeyman quarterback. He has one good season, and all of a sudden you blow that entire philosophy up because the guy had one good year.
I'm with you.
To me, it doesn't make sense.
I don't disagree, but they drafted McCarthy with the anticipation that he would be the starter. You got to go with him.
Well, yeah,
but I don't think it's going to work out as well as they would like it to.
Are you saying that because you're not a McCarthy fan?
Yes.
Okay.
I said that when he was drafted, though.
Okay.
I said that
You
when
did.
he was. I
I don't know why you're yelling at all this now, but you did.
I didn't think he was.
getting a little aggressive.
I didn't think he was the quarterback of. You both of us thought. What the hell are you talking about? You didn't think so either.
Until you put that together.
The hell you talking about? And we was like, why is he
That was
talking
one of
about
our
being
Gridiron
drafted in the first
podcast
round?
dedicated to how much we
Which
did
one of
not.
the four was it?
Probably somewhere in the middle. Yeah. We were confused as to why he was being talked about in the first round.
Yeah.
We both thought that Michael Penix Jr. was better. I was confused, but we'll see.
It might work out. Marsh, I'm rooting for you.
I just have to have confidence
He doesn't
in
need to hear that, okay?
Kevin
No, he
O'Connell.
does.
Like, why? I have no reason to doubt Kevin O'Connell. If
Exactly.
he sees something in this guy, then I have to take it for what it is.
Let's take a step
There's a
back.
reason why they drafted him.
Let's
What
take a
if he
step back.
doesn't know? What if he didn't draft him? What if the GM just went rogue?
Oh, they got bigger problems.
I just don't think
Because
that's
he
the
just thought
case.
to himself, no matter what, Kevin O'Connell can fix it.
You don't trade up to go get a quarterback without talking to your head coach
This isn't
about it.
Dallas. Talking about Minnesota.
And he was in those, he was in the room when they talked with JJ McCarthy. Like, that's their guy.
Yeah.
He probably would have been the starter last season had he not gotten injured.
Yeah.
He probably would have beaten out Sam Darnold.
And we would have never heard about the legend of Sam Darnold. Let's take a step back here, okay? What O'Connell has done with the quarterbacks that he has had, Kirk Cousins has never looked better than when he was with O'Connell. Sam Darnold has never looked better than when he was with Kevin O'Connell. Am I missing another quarterback, or did he only have the Cousins and O'Connell?
Well,
Was there
like as a
part-
true starter.
Yeah.
He had all those other guys that when Kirky football got hurt.
and there was,
injured and-
Dobbs stepped off a plane and won a game.
Yeah.
Right, against your...
Granted, against a minor league football team, but nonetheless, he was able to accomplish that. I mean, I think trusting O'Connell makes a lot of sense too. Tanisha chimed in. She heard we were talking about her Niners. Tanisha, I know it's not pretty now for your Niners. I actually think they're doing the right thing though, and I think they're
That's
gonna.
not what you said earlier.
Yes, I did.
No, I heard different.
Sounded different to me,
A
too.
lot different. You said, I don't know what the 49ers are doing this offseason. You was not positive.
Well, look at you two, subscribing to the old Gaslight magazine.
Gaslight.
Nice job.
If the truth is gaslight, then count me in, I guess.
That's your truth. That's
Our-
your truth.
our truth.
Your
This
truth.
is the last thing I'll say about this whole Sam Darnold situation.
Tell us.
Literally everybody laughed at the guy. When heading into last season, nobody thought that he was going to be good.
You and I did.
Except, yes. I kind of had to,
Yeah, you kind of grouped me in the.
kind of grouped you in there.
Yeah, with the
But
nobody. But you and I said, we think.
Nobody thought
He's
this
going to have a
team,
much
other than
better year.
us, right?
Yes.
Nobody thought they were going to be good.
So
So-
on that.
Give KOC a little bit of credit. I think JJ McCarthy will be just fine. Will they win 14
Amen.
games? I don't think so. But will they make the playoffs? I do believe that.
Oh, boy. Bold statement.
They might. I can see it.
Look at their
bad.
team.
They're loaded.
They got a good
great
team.
coaching.
What could go wrong?
The fact that you just said that is probably everything.
I didn't say it.
You said it. That's the kiss of death.
No, I wasn't trying to wish that upon anybody.
They're going to be just fine. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN.
Keep laughing. Keep laughing, everybody.
Speaking of Mars, she's got what's trending next.
topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, it looks like Shohei Ohtani. Got big news about Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, Carey, here you go.
Yeah. Another translator problem.
Oh, no.
Shohei Ohtani will hit the Fortnite Battlegrounds on March 17th. What? He is the first Major League Baseball player to be featured in Fortnite and will be added to the Fortnite shop starting next Tuesday. Again, the first MLB player in the video game and will be a part of the Icon series. That leads me to this question.
I have a question, Andrew.
Yes.
What is up everything you just said?
Fortnite is a game.
I know that. That's all I know.
Okay.
But what is he?
He is
he
now
a skin? Is that what they
he's
call
a
it?
Skin.
There you
go.
Okay.
Don't act like you don't know what you're talking about.
He knows.
But if you said a skin, then I get it because my kids have soaked me for enough money
Yes.
for. I gotta get the new skin, Dad.
Yep.
Like, really?
No,
It's the same freaking game.
No, you don't.
He will
So
be
he's
a
gonna
skin.
Okay.
In the game. Fortnite's a huge game.
Now, what's
as
his
you know.
superpower going to be? Like, what's his dance? What do you think?
That's a great question. I don't know yet. I saw
You know they got their own dances, Anthony.
Do they?
They do.
Says 2 emotes accompany Ohtani. One where Decoy, I guess that's his dog, bobblehead, throws you baseballs to hit, and another with Shohei's magic wand routine.
Wow.
You get what his magic wand looks like. Hey?
This
Anthony, you
sounds
ever wonder that?
this sounds dumb.
Anthony.
Is there a secret gambling thing you could add?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not. It wasn't him. It was his translator.
He knew nothing about it.
Well, maybe the translator's a part of this.
I doubt
He's in
it.
I
jail.
don't think so.
Hey, technology's wonderful.
Well, anyways,
Jail.
We
He's
know-
on an island somewhere. Ohtani's paying him.
he's not on the Fortnite island, I'll tell you that.
I think he paid him enough.
Yeah, he did.
So, Fortnite, huge game. All the kids play it. We know that baseball is not popular as, compared to other sports. But the question I have for you guys is, which sport among the 4 major U.S. sports has the best and most impactful superstars?
Ooh, wow.
What sport has the best and most impactful
Like,
superstars?
Overall.
Or within their sport.
For their sport and, overall.
Okay, it's got to be NFL or NBA, right?
Currently?
Are we saying, that's what I was going to say, ever?
Currently.
It's got to be NFL or NBA.
I think it's NBA. I think it's still, because of the sneakers, the shoes that come along with basketball. We can go back to Jordan, now LeBron, Kobe. I think all of those guys, and I think they're more famous than any NFL player. One, because you see their faces.
I was going to say, because the only sport doesn't have a helmet,
There you
shoulder
go.
pads. Like, baseball has a
faces are
cap,
covered. Their faces are covered in football.
Yeah, it's
you know
probably-
who Patrick
it's
Mahomes is, but if
probably
you
NBA.
lined up LeBron James next to Patrick Mahomes and just sent them out in a crowd of people that don't know much about sports, more people would know LeBron than I think Patrick Mahomes.
I would
say
agree with that,
yeah.
for sure, especially, internationally.
Yeah.
You march LeBron through the streets of Poland,
There you
and
go.
they know who the hell that is. You march Patrick Mahomes, some will know, but not as many, I think.
Yeah, I'll go NBA too.
Yeah.
Why I picked Poland, I have no idea.
I don't know. That was interesting.
I was trying to find a random country over there that causing problems politically,
Good call. Good call.
Proud of you.
Nice.
As I was thumbing through, I was like, yeah, let's go to Poland.
Yeah.
Do you think LeBron is the
Wise
biggest
choice.
athlete in the world? I'm not,
He's only 6'9". Isn't he, Carey?
people would say Messi, Ronaldo, non-soccer.
Yeah,
I'm talking
soccer.
the 4 major
yeah.
sports here in the United States. Is LeBron bigger internationally than Shohei Ohtani?
Oh, I don't
Yes.
know.
I don't think so.
Oh, Carey, you
Internationally?
bite your tongue.
I think so.
I don't think so.
Shohei
People don't
Ohtani hits the streets anywhere in Asia. And
in
he is
Asia.
mobbed.
Yes, but that's
where India is.
In this southern part of it.
Southern part of it doesn't hang into Africa. Africa's
you know your geography.
yeah, yeah, it's a different
Different
continent.
That's one continent.
Got it.
But and they would know Shohei more, but there are other continents. I would say it's still LeBron because, again, I think basketball is more transcendent than baseball is. Like there are people here that don't watch baseball, but they watch basketball, and they know who LeBron is.
Oh, let's see here.
I guess.
That's why I
Most popular.
and I think it would
Now,
be more
in fairness
than
to LeBron has been around a lot longer than Shohei Ohtani,
True.
too. So his face has been recognizable for a lot longer, period.
I wouldn't say like
That's a tough question.
Karl Malone
All right.
would be more recognizable than Shohei
Mailman?
Ohtani. Yeah.
So the best selling jerseys of 2025, you want to use this as kind of a barometer. I haven't seen this list. I just pulled it up. Messi is number one. Number two, LeBron James.
Okay.
Is this international?
International.
Gotcha.
3 is Ronaldo. 4 is Steph Curry. So to CD's point about the NBA. 5 is Giannis. 6 is Salah, who is a football player.
Salah?
He
That's
got a
weird.
jersey?
He's a
Mohammed.
coach. He's like a
Mohammed
jacket.
Salah.
Got fired.
7's another soccer player. 8's another soccer player. 9's another soccer player. 10's another soccer player. 11, Luka Doncic. 12, another soccer player. Shohei is 13.
Yeah, people don't watch baseball.
What are the prices though of a baseball
International.
jersey compared to a basketball jersey?
I can tell you
There's
this.
more
14.
more material there.
14 is Aiden Hutchinson.
You got a lot of people that love him, Anthony.
They're all in Detroit.
15, Tyreek Hill.
Every person in Detroit owns one.
I'm surprised it's not Patrick Mahomes. Anyways, yeah, what were you saying?
I was
Price?
just pricing of Major League Baseball jerseys.
How much are they? Because I was just in LA looking at LA Lakers stuff, and it was like $150.
Yeah, I think
for a
NBA
tank top.
jerseys. I think NBA jerseys are more.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
With less material?
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not talking game
think so.
authentic ones.
Yeah.
We're talking like the top of the line imitation ones.
Is that counting like, some people like to buy their uniforms on different websites that might not be
What are you talking about?
the official website of that team sport or
Well,
that sport?
why wouldn't you have it official?
Oh man.
You might not be able to afford it, Anthony.
Mahomes is 23. That's crazy.
Let's see.
I think that just goes to show you how non-global football is.
True. Although I'm starting to see a lot more. TJ Watt,
Yeah, but further
Josh
down the line,
Allen. Yeah.
Going back to the Shohei
Tyreek.
Ohtani Fortnite dances, the 636 says would have been awesome if they gave him the Lars Pepper Grinder.
that may have been confusing for some. What?
And it's Lars's pepper grinder, isn't it? Or actually,
I'm
it was.
pretty sure Lars gave his
not
pepper
usually.
grinder
It was,
to Ohtani, though.
Wasn't it Kisner?
It was Kisner.
Yeah, it was
Kisner.
But he
Yeah.
gets law. He's the guy that made the
Kis-
joke first, and
Yeah.
everybody
Right.
laughed at the second person that said it.
Kisner just
It's all bad, man.
Kisner just wasn't marketable. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
You know?
poor Kisner.
He's kind of like the other guy that started Facebook.
Yeah, that guy.
We never heard of him after.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah. If you wanted to invent the Facebook, you should have
The
invented the
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes.
All right, Cardinals Hope-O-Meter. The Athletic did a survey of where every fan base's hope is. I don't think you're going to be surprised where the Cardinals ranked 1 through 30. That's next on 101 ESPN. 4, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. MLB Hope-O-Meter results. So the Athletic put together a survey in which MLB fans could rank their hope, right, or discuss their hope that their franchise, their baseball franchise, will compete this year, and they can provide comments about being optimistic or pessimistic. So 30 teams in Major League Baseball. Cardinals Hope-O-Meter.
Oh, boy.
Jamie, what do you think? Where do you think the old St. Louis Cardinals came in on the fans Hope-O-Meter?
So this is a ranking between 1 and 30?
1 through, yeah, there's 30 teams in Major League Baseball. This is 1 through 30.
I'll say 28. Because I'm taking, it's the fans, right?
It's the fans. It's not like the Athletic.
It's not the stats where I'm going
projecting.
through. It's the fans Hope-O-Meter.
Yes.
28.
28. CD?
Well, I don't know the number. I know the percentage. I heard the percentage earlier. The number.
The rank.
That's what I mean. The rank. Excuse me.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
No, sorry.
Hey, it did sound snotty that I said that.
The rank. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I thought you were making it very clear.
I think he was. I think he was letting me know. No, idiot. The rank. I'm sorry. Out of 30 teams.
It took a long time.
I am thinking. Stalling. What? 30. 30.
Dead last?
Dead last.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. The White Sox do exist.
The White Sox exist.
26. 26.
26. 28 for Jamie. Marsh, you want to play? No, he doesn't want to play because he already knows the number. The official rank is 27th.
Oh! We
The
sandwiched that
official
there,
ranking is
Carey.
27. Now, Carey had
Brown
mentioned...
bread, white bread. Right there, baby. What?
The official...
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's right.
Made a sandwich, Anthony.
That's right. Yep.
Make a sandwich.
The
ever done
Cardinals, percent optimism.
Mixture breads?
Optimism. 11.9. 11.9 is the percent when it comes to their optimism. I'm just going to keep the feet moving.
Yeah, keep going.
The Cardinals ranked 27th. Pessimist Benjamin. In 2 years since Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols hit the exit, the Cardinals have mastered the Blues' art of losing too much to accomplish anything while winning too much to garner a high draft pick. Opening day in St. Louis hasn't sold out yet. Opening day in St. Louis. So the Blues got a ricochet on that one. Pessimist Nail. They can't even tank properly. Pessimist Charlie. The front office promised a rebuild, then didn't deal almost any of our aging talent. Made a tough rebuild year sadder with our fossils. And finally, pessimist Jackson. I hate whiny, pessimistic Cardinals fans. We've got it pretty good, all things considered, but I am whiny and pessimistic right now.
Is that what Jackson said on TMA?
Well, he may have, but
Oh, this is from the article.
this is from the article.
gonna
Jackson must have
I
participated.
I don't know.
optimist?
No.
Wow.
The Angels, the Rockies, and the aforementioned White Sox had a lower pessimistic ranking, or optimistic ranking, I guess. Yeah. So, what about you guys?
I told you what I thought.
1 to 10. 1 being you've got no optimism that the Cardinals can kind of have a good season, at least be a wild card team. 10 being, yeah, I'm pretty optimistic they're at least a wild card team.
I'm at a 3. Wow. And that might be too high.
You said, wow. You said that very quickly.
3 felt like a great number for me.
Okay.
Like, I just watched Devon Herrera behind the plate, too.
Yeah. How do
I
you
think
do?
he's a fine lad. I just don't think that he's going to throw anyone
Crab
out.
sandwich.
Totally.
I think he's a great guy. I don't know that he's going to throw anyone out. I honestly, if I'm the coaching staff, if that problem doesn't get fixed, I don't know how you go into a season and say he's your opening day catcher.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we talked about this. Paez isn't much better.
No.
Like,
Their best catcher's playing first base.
and again,
Yeah.
it's going to be a long one, man.
Yeah.
If guys get on first and they, like, and it would be one thing if the throw was better. Like, if he was, it had no zip on it. Like, that's the problem for me. Like,
You really shook up about this.
Like, that throw was not good.
Did you now? Okay, I got to stop you here.
I watched him throw last year.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before.
You had an entire offseason. You know, they got little, Jamie, the little muscles in your shoulder that strengthen when you do those small exercises. You don't always.
Job exercises.
You don't have to do the heavy weights, but the small, intricate muscles in your shoulder get worked when you do band work, and they get stronger.
Yeah.
Which I would assume helps you, a little harder. Yeah. A little harder.
Faster.
And faster. Stronger. You know? It's what you want. Harder, faster, stronger.
Work it, baby.
Throwing it to second base.
That don't kill me.
Yeah, nah.
No, not good.
That was a lot of.
This seems
lot of
shocking.
air under that throw.
This seems shocking to you that
It wasn't on the
Ivan
line.
Herrera can't throw to second base.
I just thought it would be better.
Okay.
And,
He bounced them to second base last year. Is he getting it all the way to the bag
it
this
was
time?
better.
Or is he just throwing it higher?
It was higher. It was too high.
Yeah.
It was too high.
You know you can fool people with that. Like, I'll just throw higher. People are like, oh, you can throw far. Well,
Just high.
just high. Jamie, so Carey's at a solid 3, but he thinks that might be too high.
Yeah.
Your hope.
I'm right there with Carey. I was going to say 3 or 4. 4 only because I thought some of these young guys might do okay. Arenado might have a bit of a bounce back season. And there's always the Contreras batting every day. Like, maybe if you squint, it's a 4. But then I've watched that rotation so far this spring training, and I'm back to a 3.
All right, fair enough. Marsh.
I'm at a 5
Whoa!
right now. But, like, the way that spring training is going about, like, it's becoming very hard for me. Like, there's some players I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm cool with them. And then there's other players I'm like, oh, boy, I hope that trend doesn't continue.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this team is good enough to be relevant, but, like, at the same time, I don't. I'm very, like, in the middle right now. I have to, like, see it to believe it. I'm willing to give them a chance, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very in the middle right now. Like, because Ivan Herrera, we bring up Ivan Herrera. He can't really throw the ball down to second base and get anybody out, right?
Right.
My goodness,
You
that
speak
guy
the truth.
he can swing the bat. I know he can. So,
Make a great first baseman.
yeah, maybe he should have been
Maybe
the one
they
to move
swapped him.
first. I don't know, but
How embarrassing if they turn to Contreras at some point and say, you need to catch again.
I also thought the
embarrassing.
Blues were dead in the water and they were going to stink the rest of the season. Clearly, they found something. So, like, I don't want to completely rule out this team when the season hasn't even started yet.
I'll split the difference. I'll go with a 4 for a hope-o-meter for the St. Louis Cardinals. I could see they might surprise in certain areas. Maybe the offense kind of clicks, but the starting staff I'm not high on, and I'm really not high in the defense, and I've been very clear about this. Win, cool. Excellent. Arenado, cool. Donovan, sure. But when they start talking about getting Newt to play center field when he's not a true center fielder, Contreras, the best anybody can tell me about Contreras playing first base is I'm not worried about it. Like, that's the best that anybody has said so far.
I think the best part about that is he's not going to get hit
Right.
with a bat.
But you don't have a catcher.
It's overrated.
You have a guy in Pedro Paez who's not a great hitter, but he can call a better game than Ivan Herrera, who's a good hitter, but you can't keep him behind the plate because
You can't swap him out.
anybody that gets on first base, anybody that gets on first base is going to wind up at third at some point.
How do you think that's going to work? Because honestly,
It's going to be a disaster.
he what did we say? He threw out 4 people all last season?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was a 4 or 3.
Or 4 in his career, I think.
It was 4 last year.
It was below 8. That's all I know in his career. How are the Cardinals going to deal with that? As soon as a team gets a walk or a base hit, it's literally 95% chance it's a double.
Yes.
A runner in scoring position right away.
Yes. Which puts even more pressure on your pitcher,
Yeah.
which he's likely not being bailed out. At best, that's an average defense. At best. Which again puts more pressure on your defense or your starting pitcher. I don't know. Things don't look great, but maybe you're
early.
more optimistic.
It's early.
Leave us a mic drop. Where's your hope-o-meter on the Cardinals at least make it a wild card, 1 through 10. You heard what we have to say. What says you? Leave us a mic drop. Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN app, and we'll get to that a little bit later. We do have Blues Cues next, so send in your Blues-related questions to 314-399-9646. Again, Blues questions to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Blues Cues next in the Fast Lane.
Elevate your performance with my friends over at Pure Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. After nearly 45 years of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in St. Louis and the St. Charles area, you can trust that your prized investment is in great hands over at Pure Performance. The 25,000 square foot facility houses the largest showroom in the area where you can find anything and everything you might need to enhance your vehicle. And they've got accessories for Jeeps, Broncos, pickup trucks, cars, SUVs, even minivans. They've got a massive assortment of the leveling kits, lift kits for Jeeps, the tires, the oversized tires for the SUVs and the pickup trucks. And they have tires and wheels for every vehicle that are out there right now. So no matter what you're driving, Pure Performance got tires and wheels for you, including ATVs, UTVs, and the golf cart world. Head over to Pure Performance. They've got a great selection over there for you. And they've got a full-service garage, too. So anything you need for your vehicle that needs to be tended to mechanically, Pure Performance and their technicians are going to make sure that you leave there completely satisfied. So again, please stop by the showroom. Ask for Shelby or Paul. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. But if you can't get there in person, visit them online at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
Now, it's time for the Fast Lane's Blues Cues.
Time for our Blues-related questions, our Blues Cues. Air Comfort Service tax line is 314-399-9646 with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh, Fire away.
All right, this first one comes from FedEx.
Talking to me on the ice, on the bench, telling me things I'm doing well, things that I can do differently, maybe stand in a different position, stick in a different spot. Like he said, it's been very good to have Ryan Suter as his partner. So if the Blue, he's at league minimum right now, which I think is $750. I think with the performance bonus, he's got like up to $2 million, which he will reach this year because he's played so many games. And I think it has something to do with time on ice. He still averages over 20 minutes a game, which is wild. But here's the thing, though. And Ryan Suter would have to be on board for this. I'd have a serious sit down with him, and I'd say, we'd like to bring you back. Similar contract. You're not going to get up to $2 million. You can work your way up to about 1.2. You're going to be my 5th, 6th, 7th defenseman. And the reason I'm going to say that to him is because you got Fowler, Parayko coming back, Broberg, Falk. That's your top 4. Leddy, still have another year of Nick Leddy. And you have Tucker, Kessel, and maybe one of the other young guys, Lindstein, or who knows who decides to take that next step. Mm-hmm. You cannot block a youngster from playing because you keep a 40-year-old turning 41. You just can't. So either maybe they deal another defenseman in the offseason, whoever that might be, from their top 5-ish, and they keep Suter in that role that he's in currently, or he has to agree that, hey, man, there'll be games where you're not playing next year. There'll be games where you're the healthy scratch because we need Tyler Tucker and Matthew Kessel in the game. And if you can't handle that after playing 20 years in the league and over 1,500 games,
then get out.
No, then we respect that, but that's where we have a spot for you.
Totally, that's what I meant.
Get out. The guy's got over 1,500 games.
I'm just saying, if you're not going to help us win a championship, then move on down the road.
I like him. I think he's been good for the team. But for me, for next year, there'd have to be a very clear understanding that the possibility of him sitting in the press box for games is real.
To kind of continue this conversation, we get a question from the 801. What's going to happen with Torrey Krug?
Don't know. He's on LTIR right now. He's definitely going to miss all of this season. And I don't know for sure. Obviously, I don't have my crystal balls out here to take a look at what the future holds.
What backup? You always want to have a backup, Carey.
I thought you just needed one.
No, but what if you break it?
You got crystal balls.
Yeah. Okay.
2 is better than 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Always is. But as I look into the crystal balls, Torrey Krug, he's having surgery. He's having a specific surgery that no one has ever come back from. To play pro sports, to walk and have a normal life and all that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, because I see him now. He's walking around. He was bringing his family and his kids to the games and whatnot. But I don't know what the future holds there. So I think Doug Armstrong has to proceed as if Torrey Krug will not be a part of the equation. And if he ends up being a part of the equation, then you just modify things accordingly.
Mm-hmm. All right, this next one comes from Grant Francis Fan Club. If the Blues are still playing this well in late March and April, where would Jimmy Snuggerud fit into the lineup?
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Oh, he wouldn't fit into the lineup.
He wouldn't. If they're playing this good, why would you disrupt anything?
Right.
And Jimmy Snuggerud has never played a pro hockey game before.
If they were eliminated at this point, it'd be a much different conversation.
Or if they were well lodged into a playoff spot,
right.
Give them a cup of coffee. But if you're battling for your playoff life, and the team that we've seen play here recently is still eating pucks, hitting people, getting to the front of that, defending the way there, Jimmy Snuggerud, guys, and people who are listening, he's never played a shift in the National Hockey League or the American Hockey League, for that matter. You can't just imagine he's going to step in and be Brett Hull. Like, I want him to be. Let's pump the brakes. Mm-hmm. Let's pump the brakes. And it's the most important time of the year, so most teams are going to be playing an elevated game at the same time.
Right.
So, and you're going to want him to play. So who are you taking out? Because he's a right winger.
Yeah.
So you'd have to take out Jordan Kyrou.
No.
Pavel Buchnevich.
No.
And you think Zach Bolduc, but look how well he's played.
He's played great.
He's played great.
Yeah.
And Zach Bolduc is already a year and a half ahead in development than Jimmy Snuggerud. Jimmy Snuggerud is going to start out where Zach Bolduc started last year.
Right.
And now Zach Bolduc's well-rounded game that he's been playing, that's where you want Snuggerud to get to.
Yeah, good call.
Now, does Snuggerud maybe have a little more natural goal-scoring ability? You could say that because it's a college, but go look at Zach Bolduc's number playing junior hockey. So it doesn't always automatically translate to the National Hockey League.
Now, Jamie, what would you, Gen X says, but we want it. What would be your response to that?
Would they want Snuggerud in the lineup?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good luck. But we want him.
Yeah.
I want a lot of things. Don't get them. Yet.
Go ahead, Marsh.
From the 618, is Dylan Holloway the second best forward on the team?
Wow. Yeah, probably. I mean, let's go in order here. Like Robert Thomas is playing really good hockey again, and when you do the whole stats thing, you've got the Robert Thomas has played 53 games. He got 51 points, so his points per game number is higher than anybody on the team, and he also leads the team in scoring. Jordan Kyrou at 50 points in 65 games. It's good, but the points per game is not as good as Robert Thomas. Dylan Holloway, 20 goals, 47 points. I'd say he's probably the third best forward. I think he slots in right to where he is right now. I think Thomas, Kyrou, Holloway, that's my first, second, third, just the way it lines up right now. I mean, he's played fantastic. He's exceeded expectations, but we also can't just turn a blind eye to how well Jordan Kyrou has played and how much he's improved. And I do, by the way, think that goes hand in hand. Kyrou and Holloway have become such good teammates, friends, line mates. They are pushing each other, working with each other. They're after practice discussing edge work and shooting and doing like they are together. They have improved each other.
From the 816, I know it's early, but what are some future free agent options for the Blues this off season?
No idea. I have not even looked at the UFA list for players that are available. I looked at some of the UFA list for trade possibilities, but it's too early for the Blues to go dipping their toes in that. Mitch Marner would be available. Brad Marchand's available. I don't think Army's going to sign either one of those guys. Marner's going to want astronomical money, and Brad Marchand probably wants to stay in the Eastern Conference. He might even go back to Boston, from what I'm hearing, depending on the situation. So it's a little premature for UFAs.
Yeah, we got playoff hockey potentially.
Yeah.
Come on.
From the 618,
Get that wild card, huh, CD?
Yeah, let's do it.
Does Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg stay after their contract is up?
Well, Army's going to. Shouldn't say he's going to. In my opinion, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
I learned that one day. You got to be careful. I never learned anything.
So I was looking at you like, you what?
I know. But in my opinion, this offseason, both players will be extended to 8-year deals. In my opinion.
Yeah.
What? Nice. Are you gonna do the same thing as the Oilers?
No.
You're going to let these guys go into their last year of their contract and then be restricted free agents and somebody comes and grabs them?
Jamie, I don't know what part of no you don't understand, but no.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I think both sign 8-year deals. Army has seen enough. These guys are only going to get better. Dylan Holloway is a hockey nut. He's stick handling all the time. He's shooting pucks off the ice, on the ice, working out. He loves the sport of hockey. And we've seen his development from what he was last year in Edmonton to what he is this year. What's he going to be in 3-4 years? How about Philip Broberg? He's 22, maybe 23 at this point. What's he going to be at 27, 28 when he's in his prime? Like Colin Parayko, 29 to 30. This is the best he's ever played. Imagine what Broberg's going to be.
Yeah.
You're probably going to want him wearing a blue note at that point.
Good call. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and Anthony Stalter. It's Fast Line on 101 ESPN. The Mikko Rantanen story is crazy. If you don't know, Mikko basically told the Hurricanes that, I want to play for 4 teams. You're not one of them.
But thanks for trading
for me. So Rod Brendan-Moore discussed that situation and whether or not they should have known that Mikko Rantanen didn't want to be a Carolina Hurricane. That's next on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Jamie, do you know a good window of opportunity when it comes to loans and mortgage and things like that?
No, Anthony, but I don't need to.
Yeah.
You know why?
We got our guy, Stewie.
Boom.
Stewie's on the line right now. Stewie, how about you fill us in on windows of opportunities?
Well, this tariff talk is causing interest rates to go back up again. And you guys, we all talk about this all the time. Take advantage when the opportunity is here. My job is to inform you the time is now. If you're a customer of ours, we call you and tell you, hey, refinance the loan now because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. If rates go down, we can refinance you for free again. These tariffs are causing some pressure on the treasuries, and rates ticked up today. So it ticked up a little bit, not much, but this can change overnight. So if you bought a house in the last year or two, you ought to refinance right now. You don't know whether you're going to get a better deal or not without talking to us. Different incomes, different rates. So call us, and we'll tell you what the options are. If you wait, you're going to look back and say, why didn't I do it? I was waiting. I thought I could get better. Well, you know how that ends. So take advantage now. Give us a call. We'll refinance you for free. If it goes down later, what can we do, guys?
You can always call back.
Again. That's right. That's it. Have a great day, guys.
All right, Stewie, thanks a lot. That's our guy, Stewie, from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. You can reach him at 314-324-4440. Again, that's 314-324-4440. Or, Anthony, what can they do?
You can always Google the Bagel Loan.
Thanks, Stewie.
NMLS number 226715.
Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Jim Montgomery, Blues head coach, will join us at 5 o'clock. The Blues are off today. They'll take on the Pittsburgh Penguins on Thursday, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. Tonight we'll have the West Coast Conference Championship game with the tip-off starting at 8 o'clock. Should you know a player's intentions before you bring them in? We're going to discuss that next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh just mentioned it during his Sports Center update, but Mikko Rantanen did not want to be a Carolina Hurricane.
What? It's hard to believe.
Yeah. Here's Rod Brendan-Moore on the Mikko Rantanen situation via Adam Gold.
There's not been one guy that has left here because they didn't like it here. That was except for Mikko, and he did not like it. When he showed up, he said, "There's 4 teams I'll go play for. Well, you're not one of them." So there's 28 other teams he wasn't going to.
Oh, sweet.
And when the better question is, should we have known that before we signed him,
Right.
or attempted to sign him? You know, Gensel was a totally opposite thing. We offered him the contract. We offered him at the end. He's here.
Right.
Well, we didn't for whatever reason. That's a different conversation. And all the other guys that walked out of here after agency is because they got paid a lot more money than we were offering. They all wanted to stay. Right. So Mika was the only one that I've been associated with that said, I don't want to, this is not for me. And I think there's other circumstances on that. It's not because of the hockey. It's because I think his family, it wasn't for him. Mm-hmm. So good. And I appreciate that he let us know that. We probably should have known that before we made the deal. Maybe that changes how we go about things.
Okay, how many times can Rod Brendan-Moore question the owner and the GM in one quick thing? We probably should have known that.
Yeah.
Other guys, we didn't make an offer. Had we made him an offer, he'd probably be here. Oh, we didn't pay that guy enough because he got more somewhere else. So here's a little backstory for our listeners.
Yeah, because you have more detail on this, and you can piece it together better than I can.
Tom Dundon, who is a billionaire, like so much money. He can spend money all day long and never, ever be broke. And anyways, the cheapest owner in the NHL, like awful. He shrunk the scouting staff down.
That's probably why he's a billionaire.
No, he made his money before that.
Okay, Jamie, I'm just saying. Jeez.
But he shrunk his scouting staff in his front office down to bare bones, to where Donnie Waddell was like head scout, director of player personnel, and GM. 3 hats. His scouts, he didn't pay for them to travel or hotel rooms. He had them buy laptops. They watch game on computers. You can watch 3 games in one night. Why would I pay you to go watch 1 game? You can watch 3 games in one night. Like, there is some twisted...
TV copy?
Yes. There is some twisted stuff to it. So anyways, this is what you're dealing with. So when Rod Brendan-Moore says, Jake Gensel, we just didn't offer him a deal. It's because they didn't want to pay him the money. And then when somebody else left for more money, it's because they didn't want to match the money. And so this time here, they were ready to spend the money, but Rantanen didn't want to be there from the very beginning. And so the GM should have actually asked for permission from Colorado to talk to the agent and say, hey, we're orchestrating a trade, or we might. What are the possibilities of re-signing your client? 0. Okay.
Yeah.
We out. We out.
Right.
So anyways.
Is that what typically happens?
When you're a player of this magnitude?
Yeah.
Yes. Especially if you're a team that wants to retain him.
And the agent would talk to the player and say, hey, they're thinking about re-signing you. What are your thoughts? The agent should know.
Yeah, but all of this would be with the permission of the team that holds his rights.
Got it.
Otherwise, that's massive tampering.
Sure.
Now, can the GM from Carolina contact, I don't know, some independent party who knows them and ask them? We do the whole game of telephone, you know? That's the way around tampering, although the NHL is starting to try and figure out a way to clamp down on even some of that. I don't know how they'll do that without spending lots of money for nothing, really.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen anyways. But yeah, so they didn't know that Rantanen didn't want to be there. I think the whole hockey world knew he didn't want to be in Carolina. He wanted to re-sign with the Avalanche. The problem is his agent played hardball with the Avalanche for so long. The Avalanche kind of got a little bit twitchy, and we're like, we need to get rid of this player while we have leverage.
Right.
We need to maximize this. And they did. They got Marty Necas back, who's playing great for the Avalanche. So that's the issue. And I guess the title of the topic here right now, the segment is, should you know what players' intentions are before you trade for them or sign them? If you just wanted him as a rental, if you're Carolina and just want him as a rental because you're going to make a run for the cup, who cares? You're not re-signing him anyways. You have no interest. You say, hey, Mikko, listen, you may not want to be here. That's fine. I get it. But you're going to play your best hockey because otherwise your contract next year, whoever does sign you, will reflect how you played away from Nathan MacKinnon. Because the whole world thinks you're only good because you played with Nathan MacKinnon.
Right.
So why don't you prove them wrong, play really good for us. We don't want you anyways. Like, we love you. You're great. Good hockey, but we're not re-signing you. So go get them. But they didn't even do that.
Yeah.
I just find it wild that some of these teams, like, they just don't know what they're getting. Like, it reminds me, and I love Wilson Contreras. I do. I love the competitive spirit that he brings. I think he's a hell of a baseball player. Mm-hmm. But, like, it reminds me of when that whole ordeal went down, when the Cardinals were, like, shocked that he wasn't the best catcher on planet Earth.
Right.
Like, how do you not know what he brings to the table?
Yeah, it's a great point. And I wonder if in that specific situation, I'm not excusing it because I completely agree with you, Marsh. You have to know that. You are signing somebody to $85 million. I think the Cardinals, and this is just my 900-foot view here, but I think the Cardinals were so concerned about having the right replacement for Yadi that they didn't even care about the player.
You think they were going with just for a name?
They were just so concerned that somebody needed to take over, fill Yadier Molina's shoes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Wilson wanted to be here, too.
And I also wonder...
He did. He expressed it.
He did, and that's, number one. You're right, on the Cardinals' wish list when it comes to signing anybody. But I also wonder, too...
In this situation, it sounds like it's the right way to go.
True. I also wonder... They have to know that Ivan Herrera can't play catcher. He not only wasn't even ready to step in for Yadi, he wasn't ready to step in at all.
No.
So I think they were so concerned about that. Marsh, to your point, though, that's a baseball thing. I don't fault teams that get fooled. Like, you see a lot of NFL teams, they typically don't miss on the talents, they miss on the character.
Yeah.
Even if you do a whole bunch of background checks and you realize, there's some things here, but he's a hell of a player and he'll be fine. You still don't know if that player actually wants to play football. There are some cases, and CD, maybe you can back me up on this. There are some cases where there's just players that are like, I got a God-given ability. I'll play this as long as I want. And I'm going to make a lot of money, and then I'm going to move on. But they don't necessarily need football.
Yeah, there are people that don't love the game that they play, but they're just super talented that they're able to get by without putting in that much effort or that much work.
I'm very jealous, and I hate those people.
You and me both, brother. Yeah. But I think sometimes as an organization, you bring a guy in and think you can change them. And I think that's one of the worst things you can do. Like, he'll change here. He just needs to be around the right environment.
Sure.
Okay, maybe. Or maybe that's who he is at his core, and you're going to get the same version of that player. But as far as, like, signing a player and not having a clue if they want to be on your team, yeah, that's egregious. Like, you shouldn't trade for someone and not have a clue. Are you going to re-sign with us? Because most teams won't even, when trades occur, we'll trade him and we're going to sign him to a new deal as soon as he gets here so we know that we got him locked in. Like, it's already in the works. This is what we're trading for. This is what we're going to sign you for. And this is how it's going to go. If you don't get that assurance and you still decide to make the trade. Now, I think Carolina still came out good in this trade.
Well,
they got 2 first round. They ended up getting
They did a good job because Dallas wanted Rantanen so bad that they parted with one of their young stud players and 2 first-round picks and I think a third-round pick. So
and Rantanen signed a new contract as soon as he got there, correct?
$12 million, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The Dallas Stars like, we ain't going to trade for you and you not sign here for sure. We know what our future holds, but I think most teams, when you are trading for that player, you generally want to hope that you're going to sign a new contract. Same thing, Jimmy Butler signed with the Warriors. They have been outstanding. Jimmy Butler has a lot of baggage from some people, but when he got there, they signed him to a new contract. He's been outstanding. So when you're trading for a top-tier player and you don't know what the future holds, you probably should make sure that they want to be there before you go through with that trade.
You would think so.
We got a text from Boozy. Not Boosie, but
Boosie?
Not little Boosie.
Oh.
No, Boozy with a Z. Would you now trade Nolan Gorman for Sean Murphy?
Yeah. Not Sean
Murphy's hurt.
But yeah.
How long is he? He's 6 weeks. Is that what I saw?
Yes.
Man,
not like right now, but like when that was.
You should have traded him. Yes, you should have done it then. Yeah.
I mean, with the benefit
Cardinals
of hindsight,
are a day late and a dollar short on a lot of trades.
No.
Yes.
There were a few other players involved
Sleep
in
at
that
the wheel,
too.
man.
There was, but I don't think anyone's going to hurt you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that one was going to hurt.
I didn't have a problem with Wilson Contreras signing here. I didn't have an issue. 1, he wanted to be here. 2, he's a World Series champion. He is a guy that is a veteran, has done a great job in his career. Is he nobody is ever going to replace Yadier Molina. Like, if they get it out your damn mind, don't think about it. Quit asking. Right?
What about his son?
Probably not.
What the hell?
Bronny James is an example. I'm sorry. That was an unfair shot.
Bronny James can't.
That was an unfair shot.
You better watch your mouth.
Nah, don't worry
LeBron's going to come talk to you.
That's true. LeBron only talks to people that he thinks he can whoop.
Get his son.
Yeah. Let's stop that. But no, I didn't have a problem with Wilson Contreras signing here. I had a problem with how they treated him. I had a problem with him being, ostracized and being the scapegoat for pitchers not locating their pitches. I had a problem with the pitching staff that probably didn't know where to throw pitches or how to pitch against certain hitters because their catcher for 20 years did all of their homework. Yadi was the Karen of the Cardinals team, right? He was their guy. He showed up and did all of the work, and they just got the A on the paper. Right, Jamie? You know about it. So that's what it was. And so you sign Wilson Contreras, and he's not Yadi, but no one is. Mm-hmm. And you throw him under the bus, but he's a damn good catcher. He's better than most, but not as good as the one that just left. So I didn't have an issue with it. Now we got issues. Now we have issues, Anthony.
A lot of issues.
Yeah, we got some problems.
Oh, you're talking about the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. Not us. Them. We don't have any problems in here.
Ooh.
Except for when Jamie, does that thing. That thing. See what he's doing? See how he stares at me?
We don't have problems, and then he isolates me. What the hell are you kidding?
Wow. Sean Murphy has been bad.
Yeah.
He only played like a little over 70 games last year.
That guy sucks.
True. So they would have sucked anyways.
It sounds like, nah.
I'd rather have Wilson.
I would too. Like I like Wilson Contreras, but like heading into that season, like you still have to know what you're getting and temper your expectations.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. Is what is your expectations of this player? Because he's going to slug, baby. He's going to hit the ball. Who? But Wilson.
Oh, okay.
But like you have to know that he is not Yadier Molina, and I feel like they maybe thought that he would be. I don't know. That's just the vibe that I got.
Well, I think they were hoping he'd lessen the sting of losing Yadi. That'd be my guess. That's not great. So we had the conversation earlier about Yadi, speaking of Yadi, and the comments that he made to Katie Wu in The Athletic about, managing someday. Well, how imperative is it that the Cardinals sign Pujols or Molina to be their next manager? That's next on 101 ESPN.
It is that time of year. The sunshine is out. Summer is right around the corner. So bring in my friend Katie from Elite Comfort Experts. And Katie, let's talk about the springtime. What should some of our listeners be looking to do?
Well, spring is upon us, so it's time for spring cleaning, right? Get us out there. We'd love to take a look at your ductwork, see if it needs to be cleaned, as well as perform an AC maintenance. So that's your air conditioner outside, as well as cleaning the indoor evaporator coil. Want to make sure that it's ready for the upcoming heat and get the most out of your system for as long as you can. Make it run efficiently and reliably.
And Katie, your slogan is no gimmicks, just guarantees. Tell our listeners what that means.
Our prices remain the same throughout the year, so it doesn't matter if it's a slow time or if there's a discount to be had. It's going to be a true discount. It's not going to be that we have marked it up so that we can accommodate our competition's 10% off.
And that's because Elite Comfort Experts, they care about their customers and making sure that they're satisfied with what the work that they're providing and certainly the products that they're providing too. So all you have to do, we talk about that spring cleaning, give them a call at 636-800-2089. You can ask for Katie over there. She'll help you out. Or you can visit EliteComfortExperts.com. Katie, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Jamie.
Whether you're in search of a new home or you want to refi or you're just considering whether or not to refi, you got to call Jamie and my guy, Stewie from Stewart's America Mortgage Corporation. Jamie, he's local. He's been local for a very long time. And all this psychopath wants to do is help save you money. And I say psychopath because he's a psychopath when it comes to the mortgage industry, where the rates might be going, anticipating certain things to help save you money. I mean it in the best way possible.
Yeah, when I'm talking about my money and how to save it or make it or keep it, anything at all, I want somebody like Stewie who won't sleep for 3 days until he helps you out. We've seen him do it. It's pretty crazy. But he's an awesome dude. He's going to come up with so many different solutions for you, ideas, programs. He really has created so many great things for our listeners, and I love hearing the stories. 101 ESPN listener have worked with Stewie here or there. They're saving money. They've shrunk from 25 years down to 15 years. They've consolidated debt. He does all of that. It's your one-stop shop. So please give him a call on his personal cell phone number. That number is 314-324-4440.
Again, that number is 314-324-4440.
Call him. Text him. Doesn't matter. He's going to answer you, or he'll get back to you as soon as he possibly can. And let him know you're a 101 ESPN listener. He likes that a lot. He likes to know that he's reaching the right people out there. And if you can't remember that number, Anthony, what can they do?
Let me think. Oh, you can always Google the Pega loan.
NMLS number 226715.
This is the Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling.
How imperative is it that the Cardinals sign Pujols or Molina to be their next manager? I'll answer it this way. If they sign with somebody else, it's imperative. Like, if they're hired by somebody else, it's imperative. Otherwise, I don't know if you, the Cardinals, can set out and say, whenever they're ready, we're just going to do it. Like Molina right now, he has said he wants to manage. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's ready right this second, because he's working with his eldest son.
Yeah, but do you think if the Cardinals said to him right now, hey, we're firing Ollie, want to promote you to manager, he'd say no?
I think he would have a difficult time doing that. But if you're the Cardinals...
No, answer the question.
I did, yes.
But you didn't really.
Okay.
I'm not talking about, like, a difficult time being a manager. If the Cardinals, if John Mozeliak and Chaim Bloom call Yadi and say, by the way, Ollie in spring training, we're just not happy.
Yeah.
We'd like to offer you a 3-year deal as Cardinal manager.
My guess is he would say yes.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my guess is he would say yes. Do you want him? Knowing that he and this is no knock. I'm just saying, like, he hasn't showed up in a consultant role once.
Yeah. No, you know how I feel about this. And Carey, we've talked about it several times. some of these Hall of Fame players, it takes them a while to figure out the amount of work that goes into being a coach for football, or sleepless nights and sleepless months, for that matter.
Yeah.
And a Major League Baseball manager where you're playing 162 games, basically playing almost every single day for 6 months.
Sure. It's a grind.
It is a grind. Now, Yadi knows the grind as a player, but as a player, he has to worry about one player, himself. And, of course, he helped with the pitching, the pitching staff and all that stuff. Like, I'm not saying he was just... But it's different than managing everybody.
Yeah.
Having a staff that you have to manage and educate and get them to do the right thing the way you want it done. Then have that staff communicate it properly to the players and the hitting instructor, the fielding instructor, the outfield coach, whoever you got going on. Like, it's a lot. And I think that very few players these days can step into any sport and be a head coach immediately without having done it at a lower level first, learning that grind a little bit. Now, there are certain players, certain people that are wired differently, and then they can accept that workload and they crave it. And Yadi might be one of them. Albert might be one of them. I'm not saying that they're incapable of doing it. I just would like to see him. I'd like to see Yadi like as a bench coach, but he may not accept that.
Right.
So I don't know if it's an all or nothing. That puts the Cardinals in a tough spot.
Yeah. Splashback Dew says you want to stick a new manager with this roster retool, rebuild, reconfiguration. I don't think this conversation is just based on this year.
But even that, I would disagree with Splashback just a little bit, because who is going to lead your young players? Who's going to teach them? Like, if you have a manager learning, how's he going to teach a player that's learning?
I think that's to his point.
Is that what it,
I think that's...
He says you want to stick...
Yeah, it's almost like rhetorical. Like, really? You guys want to stick a new manager with a roster retool, rebuild,
I thought it was a direct order.
Yeah.
See the way I read things?
Yeah, like he says, you want to stick a new manager.
Yeah.
No.
All right, sorry, Splashback.
These two guys, though, are like some of the best baseball minds that I've ever
Let me tell you about Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, I thought that too, Marsh, and I completely agree with you. Like, these are two of the smartest baseball men. I have zero questions about their baseball, like IQ and acumen. Yeah, acumen's a better word.
You're welcome.
My questions come from, okay, are they ready to handle the media every day? Which is a huge question for Yadi.
Loves the media.
Well, maybe one might be better than the other.
I think Albert would be better in that case than Yadi. Are they ready for the grind like Jamie is suggesting? I mean, I worry more about the non-baseball stuff that unfortunately has to come with being a manager. Are
you more worried about Yadi or Albert?
I'm more worried about
Yadi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Albert, oddly enough, the way he carries himself might be a smoother transition into a manager. Like, he would handle the media just fine. He's done a bunch of stuff on TV, and he's got a good sense of humor. And, not that matters, but it does, because over 162 games, if you don't have a good sense of humor or you're not friendly with the media, it's going to become basically an attack session every day.
Sure.
And then that's just stressful, and it's distracting to the team. It's not good.
Ryan says, let me tell you about Steve Yzerman, Jamie.
Steve Yzerman's not coaching.
Yes, Jamie's talking about Gretzky as a head coach.
Yeah, Steve Yzerman never coached.
Yeah, we're talking head coach, not front office.
Sometimes when you are as great of a player as Wayne Gretzky or Yadi or Albert, it is hard to fathom someone unable to do the things you were able to do so easily. You don't know, Coach.
You don't see that?
Hell no, I don't see it. How do you see it? If I could see it, I'd be like you. So that is a difficult thing. I think the other question, and I've said this numerous times, are the Cardinals willing to sign another manager that has no previous managerial experience?
Yes.
Because that would be 4 in a row. And you fired the other. At that point, you would have had fired 3 of them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it.
That's not it. It seems to be a motto.
No, they love it.
That's not working.
It wouldn't be any different because, now, Yadi is better than Mike Matheny was as a player, but we have had Mike Matheny on these airwaves talk baseball, And by the time he was done talking baseball, I felt like I should pay him for what he said.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I'm not disagreeing that.
And he didn't have the success that the Cardinals fans want.
Correct. I don't think you have to have had. I think the only way you don't have experience, well, somebody got to hire you, right? I'm all for that. But I'm saying if you're the Cardinals and this is your fourth time doing it in a row, I think that if it doesn't succeed, then people are looking at you like this is problematic. Get someone that has previous managerial experience that knows what the fast lane they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think that, in the case of Yadi and Albert, they are such such beloved figures here. If it does go bad, it could get bad real quick, right? And so I just, not saying that I don't want either one. I'm not ready. I can't, because Oliver Marmol is still the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals. Until that changes, Yadi and Albert got to find work elsewhere. And if that does change, I'm not firing the guy, Marshy. It sounds like you sucked your teeth.
What?
No, I thought he was angry. I thought he was angry that I wasn't ready to fire out. I hear.
You hear things.
I told you.
That was your subconscious, by the way.
I hear things.
As you were saying it, you were expecting someone.
I hear.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear it at all.
I hear things. I do that sometimes.
I know.
I make stuff up.
You make stuff up just to create the confrontation.
Hey, we got to get to the.
Never done it.
You know me.
Here's the thing. Real quick. Apparently, I'm all irritated now.
Whatever you do, don't smack your teeth, okay?
It would be disappointing if they both went somewhere else and had massive success. I would rather see it happen and fail knowing that it didn't work than watching it go somewhere else. Especially the Cubs, right? Maybe the Cubs, it doesn't matter. And being like, damn, we could have had one of those guys.
Yeah, that's.
Here's where I am on it. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Justin Mitchell has a good point. Like, do you think that Yadi or Albert will succeed with this current team?
I think Yadi and Albert can succeed with anybody.
I don't think it matters.
He fell asleep the last time he was managing.
Well, no, I'm talking about the younger version.
Tired.
Well, it's hard. I don't have the fountain of youth.
Imagine your head coach manager is also giving you tips on how to hit the ball.
So here's where I stand on this right now. And I've kind of done a little bit of a 180 the more I thought about it and the more I thought about the position that the Cardinals are in. What is the one thing that the Cardinals have had a massive problem with overall? Connecting. They're disconnected. Well, they're disconnected from their fan base.
Yeah.
Okay? What easier way to reconnect with your fan base than bring back, and for my dollar, it would be Albert Pujols. Bring Albert Pujols back. And the team, you surround Albert with experienced bench coach, experienced hitting coach, pitching guy, some old grizzled veterans that have been around, so that Albert can now grow and learn and do all this stuff. At the same time, you have a young team, this transformation team that you're talking about. And so who cares if they're losing? I think the fans would be more, I would say happy. They'd be more accepting of a team that is a fourth-place team, knowing that Albert Pujols, in 3 years from now, Albert Pujols is going to have this team playing really well. And every time they go to the ballpark, they get to see Albert Pujols. They get to see him on TV. You just want to give him a big hug because he's Albert and he's back.
Who wouldn't want to manage with that guy either? Yeah. Same thing for Yadi, too.
100%.
Who wouldn't want to manage with, again, some of the best baseball minds that we've seen in the past 20
I just personally think Albert is more suited for the job overall. When you take in everything as a manager.
Real quick here. Ryan came back and said, so front office is so much easier. Gotcha. Going back to the Eisman thing.
Ryan. First, hang on. I'm going to put
apples to oranges.
No, can I please put him in a body bag just for a second?
No,
here?
not a body bag.
So Steve Yzerman, when he retired, he joined the scouting staff for the Detroit Red Wings, which is a lower-level front office job. His job was to shadow the pro scouting guy as he went from Grand Rapids to Detroit to other rinks in the area to learn how to scout, what to look for, how to write up a report, how to use the software, all of that stuff. Hell, how to expense things when you're on the road. Then he got promoted to special assistant to the assistant GM, which was Jim Nill at the time. Then his job was to shadow Jim Nill and learn how to do that part of it, how to manage the minor league team, how it works to do transactions, LTIR, all this stuff, right? Then he went and became a general manager in Tampa Bay. And he took his lumps. First couple of years, team was not great. He learned how to build this team, and he got to where he was the Steve Yzerman that put together a dynasty in Tampa Bay. And now he's back in Detroit doing the Yzer plan or whatever. But he didn't just leave the game of hockey and all of a sudden he was anointed GM. If we're going to make a comment, Ryan, at least know the track record, at least know the path that he took to get there. Thank you.
Yeah. That was great, but we're not even talking about GMs. We're talking about coaches.
He keeps
we're talking about coaches. We're talking about apples and oranges here.
And I love Ryan. He's in here every day.
Ryan hears what he wants to hear.
I like Ryan.
Nah, he does. He does. He hears what he wants to hear.
All right.
I haven't said the Cardinals are going to be good yet this year.
Thanks to Ryan, we're way off clock.
Who?
Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Ryan, we're way off clock.
Is that why you're shunning me?
I apologize.
I don't care if we run late. I'm going to prove my damn point, Anthony.
I know, but now it's 4:05.
Well, fine.
I'm the driver. I get my main job is just keep the damn car on the road. And every day,
you're such a great job
every
with
day
that.
we're in a ditch.
Not every day.
Almost.
Most days, unless Jamie is doing blues. Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
You son of a... If you love sports betting the way I do, then you need to download the best sports app out there. And that is Circus Sports Illinois. They got the best odds. And if you don't believe me, go download any other sports app that's out there. Check out the odds, and you'll find out quickly that Circus Sports is the best in the business. And that's why I choose them. And it all started with Derek Stevens, who's the owner of Circus Sports Las Vegas. His vision, I've said it a million times, was to build the world's largest sports book in Las Vegas. He did that. It's incredible. They get the stadium, swim. I mean, it's awesome. But now all of that fun stuff is in the palm of your hand with Circus Sports Illinois, the app. It's got, they got the best odds. They don't need promos either. The promos are in the payouts. Let me just tell you that. Their lines for all their futures bets are really good. They've got tight money line splits. It's got that old school Vegas feel to it, too. Lots of fun doing it. High betting limits, which is fun for everybody. Exceptional customer service. You get a real person, not a bot or some computer program. And tonight, if I was to place a little bit of a wager, I like the underdog here tonight. Tampa Bay at Carolina, plus 120. I'd take Tampa on that money line every single day. And the payout's going to be awesome because I'm using Circa Sports Illinois. So please don't miss out on the action. Download Bet Like a Pro with your Circa Sports Illinois app today and join in on the excitement. If you're someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
.410. Thanks, Jamie. Here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Ryan.
No, you didn't miss the gauntlet. The gauntlet is right now. Chris joins us for round 2 after
really
beating
quick,
me
Chris.
yesterday in random. What's up, Chris?
Not much. How are you guys?
We're doing okay, man. Andrew Marsh, CD, or Jamie are your options. Who would you like to take on in round 2?
I'm going to try to prove I'm a miserable person and go with March.
Okay.
Hey!
There we go.
Hey!
There we go. All right, well, go ahead and tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel, and then we'll kick him out.
Spin the wheel and get out, March.
You're off to a good start of being a piece of crap here, Chris. Real piece of crap. Right?
Thank you. It's not easy.
All right, Marsh is heading out the door right now. Hopefully he gives us the launch codes. Carey, I know that you can see the wheel.
I can.
I cannot.
It
now
is.
that Marsh is officially in the code of silence. What is it?
It's hockey.
Oh, wow. Hockey. How do you feel about that, Chris?
50-50.
Marshy's pretty good at these.
All right, 4 questions, all hockey. Each one worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. Chris, you know the rules. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, question 1. Blues Stanley Cup champion Zach Sanford was drafted by which team?
Options, please.
You can tell by the side. You know this one. Capitals, Blues, Oilers.
Are you tricking me? I thought he was drafted by the Blues. I'm just going to go with Blues.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 2. Who was on the cover of NHL 25, the most recent installment of the NHL video game?
I don't play video games. But I got to go with the MVP, right? Nathan McKinnon. Final answer.
Question number 3. Who was the last Blue not named Jordan Kyrou to lead the Blues in goals at the end of the season?
Options.
David Perron, Braden Shin, or Vladimir Tarasenko?
This is the second one where I should have just gone with my gut. Although it's probably wrong. Vladimir Tarasenko. Final answer.
All right, Chris, final question. The last time the Blues won a playoff game was Game 5 against Colorado in 2022. Who scored in the last minute of that game to set up Tyler Bozak's game-winning goal in overtime?
I mean, I watched all those games, but I need the options.
Pavel Buchnevich, Robert Thomas, or Vladimir Tarasenko?
I'll go with Vlad again. I think I'm going to prove I'm a great person.
I think
maybe
so.
The best you've ever had on.
You know, Chris, I think you're right. These, these questions are all up Marshy's alley. I mean, there's a video game question on here. There's a very specific, game-winning goal. I mean, I think if I didn't know better, Marsh wrote these questions.
I got to tip my hat for the effect of cheating.
Wait, what?
No, nothing. Andrew,
all right. Marsh, how's it going to silence?
Oh, it was good.
Okay. Your category's hockey.
Okay.
And I hope you packed, I don't know, an M&M. Here we go.
Okay.
Or halfway.
Question 1.
Are they easy?
Question 1. Blue Stanley Cup champion Zach Sanford was drafted by which team?
I believe he was drafted by the Washington Capitals. Final answer.
Who was on the cover of NHL 25, the most recent installment of the NHL video game?
That would be the Hughes brothers. That would be Luke, Jack, and Quinn Hughes.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 3. Who was the last Blue not named Jordan Kyrou to lead the Blues in goals at the end of the season?
not named Jordan Carey to lead in goals at the end of the season. David Perron comes to mind just because I believe he was a point per game guy a couple of years ago. I'll go David Perron. Final answer.
And final question, Marsh. The last time the Blues won a playoff game was Game 5 against Colorado in 2022. Who scored in the last minute of that game to set up Tyler Bozak's game-winning goal in overtime?
Bosey, baby!
That was Robert Thomas, I believe, right on the doorstep. Wait, can you read that just one more time?
Of course, Marsh, I would love to. Absolutely, yeah. The last time the Blues won a playoff game was Game 5 against Colorado in 2022. Who scored in the last minute of that game to set up Tyler Bozak's game-winning goal in overtime?
Robert Thomas, final answer.
All right. Penalized for not saying Robert the Thomas. Here we go. Let's go over these. Chris versus Marsh. Who was the last Blue, not named Jordan Carey, to lead the Blues in goals at the end of the season? Chris, with the option, said Vladimir Tarasenko. Marsh, without the option, said David Perron. Correct answer is...
Question 3. Vladimir Tarasenko.
That's right. Oh. Chris with a 1-0 lead over Marsh. Question 1. Blues Stanley Cup champion Zach Sanford was drafted by which team? Chris, with the options, you went with our St. Louis Blues. Marsh, you went Washington Capitals. Correct answer is...
Washington Capitals.
Marsh up 2-1. Who was on the cover of NHL 25, the most recent installment of the NHL video game? Chris, without the options, you went with Nathan McKinnon. Marsh, without the options, you said the Hughes brothers, Jack, Quinn, and Luke. Correct answer is...
Well, it's those Hughes brothers.
Isn't there
Jack, Quinn, and Luke? Yeah. Marsh.
I didn't know how to
Marsh now up. Yeah, you had to elaborate. Marsh up now 4-1. The last time the Blues won a playoff game was Game 5 against Colorado in 2022. Who scored the last minute in the last minute of that game to set up Tyler Bozak's game-winning goal in overtime? Chris, with the option, said Vladimir Tarasenko. Marshy, without the option, said Robert Thomas. Correct answer is...
Robert Thomas.
Chris.
You have chosen... poorly.
You lose. Here's the thing, Chris. You tried to fool us, acting all bad. You're not. You're a good person, and we appreciate you. And you can go home to your family and tell everybody, hey, guys, I am a great human being.
My memory is horrible, but my character is fantastic.
There you go.
Nice job, Chris. As MD 2020 says, you can't force being a terrible person. Sorry, Chris. Nice job. Yesterday, Chris, not so much today, but hey, Marsh, that was his wheelhouse. So we appreciate you listening, and thank you for playing.
All right, thank you.
Good job, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. So, Marsh, I think you were walking in. You may have heard it. I'm not.
Yeah, you said I wrote the question.
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced you didn't write those.
I wrote no option on all of them, just knowing you didn't need the options.
Oh, okay.
Just knowing you, I got
one of them wrong.
He's not going to need the options.
Yeah.
I didn't get all of them right.
Yeah,
no, you didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't. You got 5.5 right. You got 5.5 points to Chris's 1.
Why'd you take him and give him half? Because he didn't
say Robert the Thomas.
Yeah, he did not. He omitted that.
I didn't know we docking points.
Mm-hmm. Nice job. Nice job, Marsh.
Thank you.
Chris's reign of terror is over.
I mean, he only won once, and it was against you, so I can understand why you thought it might have been a reign of terror.
Reign of terror is over.
Okay.
Because he beat Anthony?
Yep.
Yeah. Just won one, but it was against Anthony, so, I can understand why that hits a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have mattered if he would have beat
on all the time, and he was just...
Get back on clock.
Yeah, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I know what time it is.
They were done 3 minutes ago.
I've got it up here. I know what time it is. All right?
Around at me. This guy keeps the feet moving like nobody else does.
Bet the Board is next on 101 ESPN. Time to bet the board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. CD?
Nah.
You used your parlay last night.
Yeah, I thought about it when I got home. As I was driving home, why did I do that? Did I not learn anything from last month? Save it till the end.
Yeah.
If you need it, you use it. Right. I tried to put pressure on you guys by getting out to a huge lead.
Marsh did that once.
The Lakers didn't show up. SGA didn't do his job. Didn't even bother to see what Draymond and Jimmy did. Didn't matter. Yeah.
So, Marsh, what's the latest standings with sad face Carey?
Sad face Carey has 2 points. Right in front of him is Jamie with 3 points. Anthony, you have 4 points, and I have 5 points.
Well, that means that Andrew Marsh is now up. I made it up.
So I've been using the Carey Davis model.
I don't like it. It's throwing me off my game.
It certainly is. I'm also using the Jackson Pittles Burkett model as well, the Action Jackson model, and that's when he gives me a college basketball play, and that's exactly where I'm going today. I feel like Carey needs a victory today, so I'll let him do the points, rebounds, assist. Give me Central Connecticut State over 34.5 team total points in the first half.
Wow.
Why is that so low?
This is a Jackson Burkett play, by the way. You guys like to get mad at me. Jackson came in, he's like, I've got a really good one. I've got unknown authority. So this is currently under protest, possibly.
Why is that?
Because if you win, it's under protest. If you lose, I don't care.
So it's just under review right now.
It is currently.
I will take the Milwaukee Bucks minus 140 in Indiana tonight. Bucks minus 140 in Indiana.
All right, I'm going to the NHL. Colorado Avalanche played the Minnesota Wild. Nathan MacKinnon got his 100th point last night.
Not, though, on the cover of NHL.
No.
He got his 100th point?
I believe that's what he did. Or was his 1,000th point? I don't know.
I think it was his 1,000th
point. Anyways.
Pretty impressive he had 100 points.
It's not far off, Marshy. Go check. It's not far off.
Pretty impressive.
You know that Jaromir Jagr has played 3,000 games?
I did not know that.
In his life.
Really?
Actually, Nathan MacKinnon has 102 points.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I thought he scored his 1,000th.
He did both.
Oh, he did both.
Points, well, yeah.
So we're both right.
I like them apples. Okay. Anyways.
Well, it's apples and oranges.
0.5 power play points, Anthony.
Yes.
The over's plus 125. I'm going with the over. I think old sneaky Nathan MacKinnon's going to somehow come up with a power play point.
Got it.
On you? I'm dead last.
Me, I
you already picked? Yeah. I'm not even paying attention. That's how out of it I am.
He's locked in. Yeah, I'm in second, CD.
Yeah. Boston Celtics -4 over the.
Oh yeah, he's done. He don't care. He doesn't care. He's not even
good rebounds, points.
I even said.
I'm waiting for baseball season.
I crushed him.
You did
with the PRA.
He did it.
Wow. We're 11 days into the month, and Carey gave up.
He took Steph that day.
Wow. Yeah. You broke him. You broke Carey Davis.
That was the
like the
fourth day.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis couldn't break Carey Davis, but Andrew Marsh didn't bet the board.
Took my bet. He took my pick. I was flustered. I had to scramble to find some, and I just went full spite.
Wow.
Then I picked up a parlay yesterday just because.
Which was weird.
On a Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Random Monday.
I can put that on my resume.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I broke Carey Davis in the month of March in the year 2025.
I'm just waiting for the get my Dodgers back rolling.
Oh boy.
Gator says I'll take St. Mary's plus 3.5 against the Zags. Not sure why Gonzaga's favorite. I like that play. That's in the WCC championship, which we have tonight.
Changing it?
Yeah, I'll change it.
No.
Really?
I'll change it.
No, you can't do that.
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
can. No, it's like when you take your finger off the chess piece.
Okay.
You can't do that.
I didn't know I had to finger that chess piece the whole game.
You do. And when you're done with your finger on it, that's your move.
Okay.
And you got to hit the clock.
Right. Yeah.
What?
The clock.
The clock.
I was like, which piece is that? But you're right, the clock is right there.
The clock, yeah.
Stop the time.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever play that?
No.
Timed chess?
Yeah.
I don't play chess.
I play chess on my phone every day. And
Do you?
At the time, yeah.
Good for you.
I'm
Every day.
Every day.
You're willing to back that up every day.
Wait.
Yeah.
Where are you when you do it?
Where? I mean, every day.
Yeah.
Probably in the bathroom.
Okay. Now I get it.
I totally forgot about this until right now. I was in a chess club for a couple weeks in third grade.
Couple weeks, huh?
Did you enjoy it?
I was there for a couple weeks. I wasn't good.
Chess.
No?
There's a lot of people in there that were good, and I continue to lose.
That's frustrating.
Did you smash all the pieces?
No, I'm not that big of a sore loser. I just didn't know what I was doing.
Me neither.
I was more of a checkers player, going to, what's it called? The Cracker Barrel. They got checkers there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they also have that game where you can move the pieces.
Yeah.
What is that
Golf
called?
tee.
Yeah.
Golf tee game. Yeah. What is it called? Nobody knows.
Triangle tee.
The
triangle.
Jump the tee game? I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever won?
Oh, yeah.
I've never won it.
I've gotten down to a couple times.
I've gotten down to like
Most
one.
of the time I get down to
Or
two.
Like two, yeah.
And I'm like, son of a.
And they're like
one.
so far apart.
Oh, yeah. But one, I think, is
One is the win.
That's
One is
the
the
win,
win,
yeah.
yeah.
Because you just pulled that one out. But if you got two, you pulled that one out. If you got two.
Yeah, once you get down to two.
It helps.
Yeah, you pull it out of the hole, and
And then you win.
yeah,
And you leave one in.
No.
Yeah, you got to leave it in.
you do have to leave one in. That's how you win.
You do. If you both pull out, like pull them both out, then,
Got it. Yeah. No, that makes
Anyway.
sense.
It's
Ryan
part
really
of the
doesn't
rules,
listen.
Anthony. Jeez.
What the hell is he talking about? So CD not good at chess. How the hell did you? Marshy quit. I didn't quit.
right.
What the hell are you hearing,
Frank's still
man?
pissed.
I hear sounds. You just hear wrong people talking. He gonna piss me off.
Yes.
That damn bet the board is off. I'm hearing sounds. Thought Marshy was sucking on his teeth when I said something. Yeah, what the hell are you talking about? Sorry, Marshy. I apologize again. That went off the rails.
I actually,
This all goes back to Steph Curry.
I didn't say anything. I absolutely
really
did.
does.
I absolutely did make a noise.
You did?
Did you? I didn't hear it.
It'd have been way better off letting think he's crazy.
Seriously.
You're too nice.
He's such a nice kid. He's
No
sweet.
chance.
You and I would have.
No, that's worse. He made me think I was crazy.
Carey, you know what Jamie and I would have told you on all of our last days? We'd be walking out. We'd be like, "Hey, Carey, by the way, we totally made that noise."
What I would have done is every day from now until at some point when he's talking, make that noise. Just go ahead. There it is again. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
I already know that I broke Carey for bet the board. I didn't want him thinking that he was crazy. I had to say something.
Jim Montgomery in a half hour, but despite Marsh's best efforts again today, people don't even know this, but Marsh tried to get rid of the second.
No, I think they
Sports
know.
Six-pack.
You made it known yesterday.
Well, we're going to keep making it known,
Okay.
especially when you
Title of
keep
the
bringing it up.
podcast was
Okay.
No 2 6-packs.
Part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack is next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Cover Service text line. Your question's next. There's only one lawn maintenance company that we work with in the Stalter household, and that's Green Envy. Green Envy has serviced our lawn since we moved in 2013. There was one, like right on the side of the house, there was a big patch where I'm like, this doesn't look right. And, of course, I do what a lot of the new homeowners do, and you're like, I'm going to fix this myself. Yeah, no, it didn't work. I went to the hardware store. I got whatever product was there, tried to use it, didn't work, didn't grow. Fortunately, a Green Envy lawn technician came by at one point and said, hey, this is what's actually going on. This is what you're dealing with. When it comes to the weeds and the crabgrass that grows, especially during the spring month, you want trained professionals that know the Missouri soil and the weather conditions and the different turf types. You want them working on your lawn, and Green Envy is fantastic. Locally owned, they have been in business in St. Louis for well over a decade. They've got their program that has no hidden fees. There's no contract. they're the best. They, again, made that area on the side of our house grow where there wasn't grass before. These guys are fantastic. 636-655-3689 is their phone number. GreenEnvyLawns.com is where you can find them online. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Green Envy.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues take on the Pittsburgh Penguins on Thursday. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. We'll talk with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery in a little over 20 minutes, so stay tuned for that. But we have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next. So get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Six-Pack coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
All right, time for part one of our Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with your questions.
Question number 1.
All right, this first one comes from the Water Boy. If you could ask neighbor Dave one question about Anthony, what would you ask him? The Waterboy's question would be, how often does Anthony throw toys into your backyard?
It's just one.
Oh,
just
mine would be, how many things has Anthony borrowed and returned broken?
He doesn't strike me as a returner broke. He probably borrows things.
I do.
He still has something, I'm sure.
I'll tell you what I did one time, and he's never said anything, and it'll come to light now. I didn't want like an older weed whacker, and I'm like, what do I do with this thing? So I just put it in his garage. He's never said anything. He'll know now.
He probably didn't know where it came from.
Like,
Who the hell? When did I buy this thing?
Yeah. This must be one of my boys. Weed whackers. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
He's going to ask you, like, you put that thing in my garage?
Just wait till you see.
He'll know.
You're going to go home, your garage is going to be full of things that neighbor Dave doesn't want.
What the hell is that? Uh-oh. Yeah, good luck.
I would ask him, was he awake or was he still at home when you had your blow up the other day when you were picking at the ice when you broke the shovels?
Oh no!
I would want to know if he saw that. Like if he looked through the window,
somebody's got to have that on camera.
Somebody, yeah. You know, our neighbors across the street, they've got a ring cam because neighbor Dave obviously is right next to us.
Yeah, but you'd have to trigger the ring cam.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it's not running all the
Depending
time.
on what, like some people have different cameras that are on all
Sometimes
the time.
Depending on the movement, how you got to set up.
I would want to see that, honestly, just the pure rage. And then I fell, which made it. Because I slipped and then I
hear it too, like, the audio and the video.
I don't know if I said much. I looked at those shovels the other day, and I'm like, wow, I got issues. I mean, they are bent to crap. I sent.
It should have been made better.
They should have been made better.
You should get some more shovels because what's going to happen next is the snow is going to hit.
Oh yeah,
and then you're going to be even more upset because you can't use them.
Right, you're absolutely right.
Need to buy them now.
Good call.
Yeah. Put the shovels in neighbor Dave's garage.
Yeah, you should put the shovels in there too. Now you should just keep adding things until he says something.
I just blew my cover now. He hadn't said anything about that weed whacker.
He'll be fine.
Yeah,
he's not listening.
He might be. Somebody will tell him.
Question really number 2.
All right, this next one comes from part-time Nebraska fan. What do you think the reaction would be not only in St. Louis, but around the league if Yadier Molina actually ended up signing with another team as a manager?
What would the reaction be for St. Louis? Oh, they'd probably burn down Busch Stadium.
I don't think they would burn down Busch Stadium. They got security, and I'm sure they got cameras and
they would take down the arch.
There. I don't think that's
push
even
the arch into the river again.
They would push the push the arch into the river.
Is
that the Blues champion?
Stanley Cup.
How'd that work? It ain't moving.
She ain't budging. They would be furious. They'd be furious, especially if one of them signed with a division rival. That would be.
What if they
bad.
both do?
Oh, man.
One with the Cubs, one with the Reds.
Oh, God. That would be bad.
That'd be the worst case.
You're talking about pure blasphemy. Oh. Wow. But yeah, I would say either push the arch into the river or burn down Busch Stadium.
That feels like a lot.
What?
A little bit.
That's my honest answer. Question 3, please.
Question number 3.
From the 618, if the Blues make the playoffs, does it diminish the chance of seeing younger guys next year, or will Army stack the roster with more placeholders?
No, I mean, if you make the playoffs this year, that's awesome. That means your young guys that are here currently are going to get playoff experience. And then next year, you don't need as many of the stacked-in older players, placeholders. You ride it out with your young guys. Dvorsky, Snuggerud, if they play well in camp, they get an opportunity to play. Bolduc's already made those strides. Jake Neighbors made those strides. So I think it's a great thing. Quite honestly, it's the best-case scenario for the Blues.
I agree. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We're going to continue with our Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Keep those questions coming in. Part 2 of the Six-Pack next.
Fellas, it's Carey Davis, and you know when you get ready for work in the morning, sometimes you have a coffee. Maybe when you have dinner with your in-laws, maybe a little something stronger, but when it's time to get hot and heavy in the bedroom, the only thing you need is Blue Chew, and Blue Chew is your secret weapon in the bedroom or wherever you want to get it on. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers will go work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescriptions. Blue Chew's tablets are made right here in the U.S., and they prepare and ship direct, so it is cheaper than the pharmacy. And if you're ready for a great offer, how about free? Go to BlueChew.com, get your first month free, and when you use our promo code WXOS at checkout, you pay just $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code WXOS to receive your first month free. Then you can chew it and do it. You know that Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. So what are you waiting for? Blue Chew's online prescription service. There's no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. It ships to your door direct in a discreet package. You will have it in no time. Go to BlueChew.com so you can be ready to chew it and do it.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is right now here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Go ahead.
Question number 4.
All right, we kind of touched on this earlier in the show in Blues Cues, but we get a question from the 573. What is the best way for the Blues to approach the Torrey Krug situation this summer?
See if he's healthy. I mean, what else can they do? If he can't play, he can't skate, then it's easy.
Right.
Then he stays on LTIR next year. They do it the right way so they can get the full cap hit off the books, and they proceed as they will without Torrey Krug. And if he's healthy and he's skating and he's ready to go, then he reports to training camp. Go from there. See if he can actually play and stay healthy. And there's really no other way to do it.
Do you know how many years he has left on the deal?
I think
2.
I think next year might be his last year.
Okay.
I can tell you in a very quick time.
Because I mean, if it is next year, if that's his last, he's got no trade value. So you might as well just keep him. And
you're not trading a player that has an injury that might be career-ending.
Right.
So Torrey Krug, actually, he's got next year and the year after.
Son of a.
So that's 6.5. But if he's If he's able to play, then you figure it out. If he's not able to play, then the LTIR kicks in for 2 years, and that's 6.5 off your salary cap.
Yeah.
So, who knows? You wish the player nothing but the best because, I personally have a soft spot, and I don't like to see guys' careers ended by injury. I like players to be able to walk off the ice, walk off the field when they want to. So we'll see.
Question number 5.
From the 314, have there been any free agent signings that have surprised you so far?
No, I wouldn't say surprised. The only thing that caught me, the one thing that did catch me by surprise, it wasn't a signing, it was the trade. It was Geno Smith being traded to the Raiders. And I think it was a good move by the Raiders. Because if you look at their situation, they're probably on the outside looking in for one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. And then what do? Do you roll the dice with like Russell Wilson? Well, that didn't really work out with Pete Carroll in Seattle toward the end. Obviously, they won a Super Bowl together and got to another. But I think they did. I think the Raiders did quite well by acquiring Geno Smith and serving as that bridge quarterback. Mm-hmm. So that one surprised me, but in a good way. And I don't hate the Seahawks signing Sam Darnold. I think it's a bad move.
I thought that was interesting. I do think the trade of Geno Smith was interesting. Obviously, the trade of DK Metcalf,
that was
getting
surprising
an extension was surprising because the Steelers very rarely do they, deal in those waters. But I don't know if there was a free agent signing that I'm like, whoa, that is.
There's a signing
amazing.
that got me.
Yeah, I was about to say you're going to say it.
Myles Garrett.
Yes.
Well, that was
the most surprising.
Yeah, that's the most surprising one.
After all he's not talking to the ownership, they're not responding. He doesn't want to play there. He's sick of being on that team. And then all of a sudden, by the way, we're going to make you the record-setting highest paid defensive player ever, I believe.
Right.
That was weird to me.
Yeah, was it ever about winning a Super Bowl or was it about getting paid?
It was until he got paid.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Or maybe it never was about winning the Super Bowl because if you go to Cleveland and you stay there, you're obviously not trying to win a Super Bowl.
Somebody puts that much money in your face. I mean, you're already there, kind of comfortable.
So to our point, if you're re-signing with Cleveland, even for that much money,
maybe they told them they're gonna win a championship.
You're not really interested in winning a championship with the Browns.
Cool. Yeah, probably right.
All right. Thank you.
Question number 6.
We did it. Simple question here. Simple question.
Oh, boy.
From the 314, will the Cardinals win 75 games this year?
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
They'll win.
I think they win 80.
77, between 77 and 82.
I'm good at 75.
Give yourself a nice gap.
So I'll say 80.
That's what I said. 80.
I know. That's why I said it back.
Is that what you did? Okay.
Yeah.
75.
Semi-spite.
Really? Interesting. You 75? You're stuck on that one? That's it? You had to win 84
exactly.
earlier.
I didn't. I was before I watched what I saw today.
So you're like one game.
Really, this whole Ivan Herrera situation has devastated.
Here's the thing. Off season, Jamie, you know this. It's your time to work on your game. Get better in areas. That didn't look much better. I think it looked worse, honestly. Jamie said he wasn't skipping there, which is an upgrade.
That's a plus.
At first, I thought he was a cricket pitcher.
Yeah.
We bounced that thing.
It's not a bad idea. You get a little ricochet.
I don't know how
momentum.
And maybe this is just one game. Maybe I'm overselling it. Maybe I'm just.
You're living in the moment.
I might be.
It might be your worst enemy right now.
I've been living in this moment.
You're living in the moment. You're not thinking a week from now.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals, you're not thinking like you're fully consumed of like in real time.
I mean, in defense of the Cardinals, it is spring training. You know.
Oh, there it is.
Right. I mean, come on.
So we don't care about what they do. What they do now doesn't matter.
Ish.
Unless they start the season out stinking, then you're like, well, we saw this coming.
Yeah, totally.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to. I believe it's called speaking out of both sides of your mouth.
Okay.
But technically, we do as we talk.
Yeah,
all the
you're
time.
right.
I don't.
Yeah.
Do you talk out of both sides?
Well, the whole mouth is open. Both sides are available.
Well, I think it's kind of. I think it's kind of what I. It's kind of what I did to you and Rachel on Champ Bash.
Yeah,
like I said to her, I'm like, hey, Eagles are awesome. They're going to be great. I hope they lose. I hate the Eagles. They're awesome. No doubt.
Yeah. So it's different.
Marsh and I don't go up against each other in the Gauntlet because we know what would happen.
I'd get pummeled.
I'm a horrible human being.
8-0.
It'd be 8 Cobb. Suddenly,
Hall of Famer.
Random questions, answers would just pop into my head.
Like you wrote them.
Like I wrote them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Marsh wrote today's Gauntlet.
I did not. Don't be saying that.
No, you didn't.
Don't be saying that.
Hey, Selection Sunday's almost here. Get signed up now to play this year's Bracket Madness Pick'em Challenge at 101ESPN.com. It's free to enter, and this year's top scorer will take home a $250 Amazon gift card, as well as a 101 ESPN prize pack. See the contest rules. Sign up today at 101ESPN.com. Our Bracket Madness Pick'em Challenge is refreshed by Bud Light. We're going to chat with Jim Montgomery, your St. Louis Blues head coach. Next, it's our weekly chat with the coach here on 101 ESPN.
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. They've been in business for over 80 years, supplying the best vehicles to the St. Louis and now St. Charles area. You heard it right. They've got 2 locations available now. The original location located right there in Florissant, Missouri. We know what that is. But now the new Londoff Autoplex out in St. Peters. Both locations, by the way, excellent choice of inventory, whether it's that brand new vehicle you're looking for or the pre-owned vehicle. And if you're worried about trading in your car and trying to get the most money, the Londoff guarantee is they will give you the most cash for your trade-in, not some rebate or special rolled-in price. No, it's straight up cash for your vehicle, and that's the Londoff guarantee. And if you're looking for great customer service, they've got you covered at both locations. I've bought many cars from the original location, bought a few recent ones for my kids out at the Londoff Autoplex, and they are all amazing at what they do. Very helpful. And if it's a service area that you're requiring, they do an excellent job of taking care of your vehicle. They want to see you drive it as long as possible. And then when you're ready, trade it in for a new Londoff Chevrolet vehicle, because that's the way we do it in the Rivers House. I've been a customer for over 25 years, and I'll always be a customer. So please stop by. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. If not, visit them online at Londoff.com or LondoffAutoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
Talk with the head coach of your St. Louis Blues, Jim Montgomery. Coach Monty is presented by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
501, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Callier and Thompson phone line, where we're joined by Blues head coach Jim Montgomery. A weekly chat with the coach. Monty, how you doing today?
Guys, I'm doing well. How about this weather we're getting right now?
Man, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost as nice as the weather we had in Southern California, Coach. And that's kind of where I want to start with things here today is road trips can be tough sometimes, and especially when you've got the weird setup of the Kings 3 times in 7 or 8 days, and then, you know, it's guys away from their families and whatnot. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what was your takeaway from last week? I felt like it was a galvanizing trip for your team.
Yeah, you know, it was, no question, just because of the way we played. I mean, the Dallas game, we all thought we played well. We, you know, didn't come out on top. We obviously, you know, weren't sharp enough in a couple of key areas that drive results. But just the feeling around the team, like, ever since we've come back from the break, it feels like every day there's more energy, more excitement about what we're doing that day and what lies ahead.
Hey, Monty, when I was watching the game against the Kings, the last one, you guys lost in overtime, unfortunately, but what I saw was guys sacrificing of themselves in multiple ways, blocking shots all over the ice with every part of their body, taking hits, making hits. Every scrum had Blue Note jerseys involved in it. You know, how did you get to this point from, like, when you took over, how did it feel, and how does it feel now about this group?
Yeah, I think when it took over, you know, it felt like the group was searching. Now, and it, honest to God, it felt like that for 10 weeks. There was moments where, okay, we're close, but it never felt we had arrived. It feels like we've arrived now. In the sense, go to practice today. After a very successful road trip, 2 days off, and a lot of times practice starts and it takes, okay, I'm going to give them another drill to get into practice. It was right from the start. We did a D-zone coverage drill. There was turnovers. You know, when you're a coach and you're focusing on a drill, all you care about is what the drill's designed to do, and are we doing that well? And we did. So it's just a different level of belief in who we are and our identity now.
Coach, we had this question earlier amongst us. It's, does the winning bring confidence, or does the confidence amongst the players bring the winning? Which one happens first, and how did you get this streak going?
Well, I would say preparation brings confidence, but you can't really have confidence until you have results. Mm-hmm. You know, it's if you've never broken par before in golf, and you're trying to be a pro golfer and you've not done it, how do you expect to do it when you're in competition play? And it's the same thing. You haven't scored a goal in 10 games. It's kind of hard to be on top of your game if you know, you're Jordan Kyrou or an offensive player on our team.
Jim Montgomery joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. How do you feel the team has, and I know Jamie just asked about being galvanized, but how do you feel the on-ice product has been with the loss of Colton Parayko? Not a huge sample size, but what have you seen from, you know, certain players that have now had to step up and perhaps take on more ice time?
Well, I mean, we've been really happy so far, and you're right, it is early. The most important part, I think there's a belief in playing hard defensive hockey as a group now, and that is better than any individual can bring to a game. As great as Michael Jordan was, if Scottie Pippen and the rest of the Bulls weren't committed to defense like he was, they wouldn't have won the championships. And I think right now we have players like Leddy and Suter with elevated minutes increasing their play. And then we have the young kids coming along, you know, like Kessel and Tuck were excellent for us. Tuck for 2 games, Kessel for 1.
Monty, your top line right now, Thomas, Buchnevich, and Neighbors, they were kind of struggling for a little bit, but they've played really good hockey here recently, not just playing good two-way hockey, but producing as well. What's been the difference? What's been the reason for the change? Is there something that you guys talked about, a little maybe video? What's brought this on?
Well, I think getting away from the game during the break, being gone that long, it gives you the opportunity to pause, reflect, and allow the frustration to leave and be a little more clear-minded. And then I would say the second thing is it's like all 3 of them have been better, but there's always someone that drives the bus. And Robert Thomas drives the bus. And he has really taken his 200-foot game to another level. And I think people may not realize how good he has been defensively for us since we've come back. And I think it's also elevated his offensive play just because his scoring rates are elevated now to a real strong level where he would produce at, like, I think 105-point pace right now.
Coach, you all are 1 point out of that second wild card spot, and I know, and Jamie knows as former players, when we're in that locker room, we're talking about it, we're having conversations, we know what needs to be done, but as a coach, is that ever a topic of conversation that you have with the players, like, this is where we are, this is what the expectation is? Do you have to have that conversation, or is it just known amongst everyone?
Well, everybody's looking at the standings, but we're not talking about it as a group. We felt in order for us to be consistent, and especially I felt that I needed for us to really focus and simplify the messaging in order for us to have a real simple, like, start games on time, play for 60 minutes. So the things that we talk about before practice, the things we talk about before games, the thing we talk about on the bench during periods, is trying to be like really connected words that allow us to get to our identity.
Couple more things for Jim Montgomery here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Do you feel as though, and I imagine being a coach, you probably never feel like your feet are ever on the ground, but with your players, we've talked about being them, they're galvanized and they are firing all cylinders. Do you feel as though right now that you as a coach have, now that you've been here for several months, do you feel like you're kind of firing on all cylinders on what you're looking for out of this team?
I can't say we're firing on all cylinders. We are pretty close, though, but the exciting part for me is why I feel galvanized is a great example is today. Or it was every day I'm always like, okay, are we going to drop the ball today on this? Are we going to drop the ball on our intensity, on, our practice habits? And every day we're coming, and you just feel like the players are looking for more and want more.
Monty, I want to talk about your goaltending for a bit. Just a comment for me. It was nice to see Joe Hofer have a strong start in L.A. It was in a loss, but still he had a fantastic game for you guys. But more so, Jordan Binnington. And I've said it on these airwaves, and you may have heard me talking about it in passing. I'm not sure. But when you guys played the Colorado Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon skated past me, and I'm between the benches. And he said to one of his teammates, I can't bleep and beat this guy. And then talking to Drew Doughty in L.A., and he played alongside Jordan Binnington, and after the second game that you guys beat L.A., he kind of echoed the same thing, that they're frustrated and looking for ways to beat Jordan Binnington. As a coach, how much of an advantage is it to, one, have great goaltending, but to have a guy that's firmly lodged in most of the hockey world's head right now?
Well, for us, great goaltending gives us an opportunity to go on a streak. Like, we know we have to. And why we've been so successful here. You can't do it if you don't have, two really good goaltenders. And then having Jordan Binnington and, you hear stuff around the league like that, it just shows how lucky we are to have him and how much a great goaltender who has a pedigree of winning gets in people's heads.
Well, he certainly does. I'll tell you that much. I mean, everybody's talking about him, and I obviously personally love it because that's when you start to put on a big show for your team. So.
No doubt.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for your time today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have yourself a good time tonight down at the Blues Casino night.
Thank you. See you guys.
See you, Coach. It's Coach Jim Montgomery here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Yeah, he's right. It was simply said, but it was perfect. Having a hot goaltender or a great goaltending situation allows you to get on these streaks that the Blues, and not because of Binnington or the goalie situation necessarily moving forward in the past, but they're now on a streak that they haven't had now for most of the season. That elusive third straight win. If you got great goaltending, then you have an opportunity to get yourself on a run.
Well, just look at some of the games. Look at some of the games where Colorado couldn't find a way to score a goal. Then L.A. in their second game, first one in L.A., Jordan Binnington puts on an absolute clinic, stopping 2 or 3 breakaways in overtime. And then Joel Hofer putting on a clinic in the final game in the third period to get them to overtime and earn a point.
Right.
So it's 100% true.
That's Jamie Rivers. That's Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. We're going to play Are You Sold next. So 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service tax line. If you've got an Are You Sold statement that you want to send us, then we'll play it next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you are in the market for new windows, let me tell you about Window Nation. They are built to protect your home with top quality insulation and seals. Their windows frequently outperform and outlast the ones from the expensive guys. And if you want to save money every month on heating and cooling, this is where you need to go. Window Nation values your satisfaction in their quality, service, and affordability. And right now, get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. You could get 0 interest and 0 payments for 2 full years. Pay nothing until 2027. All you have to do is go to windownation.com or reach out to them at 866-90-NATION. They have a 50-point inspection on every window before it leaves the factory, a 20-point inspection on every window when it's installed. Your new windows, they can be installed in 1 day or less, and they have a 96% satisfaction rating. Window Nation's windows also come with a lifetime warranty. Window Nation was ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies, so you can trust Window Nation for high-quality, affordable windows, but you need to hurry. The offer ends soon. Again, that's 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. Pay 0 interest and 0 payments for 2 full years and pay nothing until 2027. Go to 866-90-NATION or reach out to them at windownation.com.
So right now, I'm probably ranking the Cardinals, like CD said, a solid 3. That's just because they're in prove-it mode, and they don't know how to do that because they don't prove anything except for how bad they are. So until they start playing good, they're a 3 because they suck. The Cardinals suck, guys. Everyone just needs to get used to it. They suck. They don't have anyone good. They have average players at best. Wynn's your top talent, and we don't even know what he is yet. He's a second-year player. It's kind of depressing. This is how I used to feel about the Royals. Now it's like, well, I have more confidence in the Royals than I do the Cardinals, and they're not the Cardinals. You know what I mean?
So that was Ed, otherwise known as Bacon Wrapped Wiener, in the Snake Pit. Now, Ed was the only one that cared enough to leave us a mic drop about the Cardinals Hope-O-Meter. That's right. We got one mic drop. So since you people don't care about your Cardinals and leaving us a mic drop, fine. You just heard the only one. Ed, the only one that cared. Let's play Are You Sold next, right now. Only one.
It's just tough. You hate to see it. It's like one of those things. You just hate to see it.
Yeah. But you know what? Wake up, Cardinals. Wake up.
Same thing happened with the Blues the other day.
Front office, wake up. This is what you've done to your Cardinals faithful. When they were winning, we couldn't play all the mic. We couldn't play all of them. 6,000 mic drops we'd get on the Cardinals. Now, 1. Because of you.
We're getting a little bit of a pushback, Anthony. From the 314, maybe you need to ask better questions for the mic drops. LOL.
Whoa. Oh, the LOL, though. Just joking.
Are
Just
you?
joking.
Am I?
LOL, Carey. It's universal. You can say, Carey, you can say anything and add LOL.
Yeah, I do know. I saw that last week.
The fast lane is spoken. You don't care about your Cardinals. Are you sold right now?
All right, here we go. From the 217. Are you sold that Marsh threw one of the questions to make you think he didn't write the questions in the Gauntlet?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I am sold on that. That's a great question. Yep.
It's horrible.
Yes.
He thought about it like,
better miss one.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, we also have another texter that texted in from the 314. What if Marsh tells you guys next month that he did write today's Gauntlet questions? What would you guys do? Applaud him or penalty box for a week?
Penalty box for a week.
Sure.
Yeah, we take the Gauntlet very seriously.
I'll sit in the penalty box the whole show.
Yeah.
The whole show, I'll sit there.
That'll be tough to work the board from there.
That'd be really tough.
We'll have someone else work it.
Oh, yeah, no, wait.
Yeah,
no,
hey, guys, I wrote
no.
the questions.
Sometimes it's not a penalty for Marsh when he doesn't have to run the board. So. You know what? If we've ever found out that Marsh cheated in the Gauntlet, he would have to run the board for a full day for all the shows.
Ooh. Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's how serious
That's
it is.
7 a.m.
That's 7 a.m. And Marsh doesn't wake up until about, what do you think? On average?
11.
It just depends.
11?
11.
Today I woke up much earlier.
10:30.
10:15.
It was about 10 o'clock. Did I sleep through 3 alarms? Maybe. Might have.
What time did you go to bed?
Oh, last night? Probably around 3. Yeah.
You remember those days, Jamie?
3 o'clock.
Stay up all night, no kids asking for anything.
Yeah.
No kids to wake up for school in the morning.
True.
Now, I have thought about this. If I continue on this schedule, when I eventually do have kids, I'll be up, right? When they wake up,
Doesn't work
and
that
I'll
way,
just
buddy.
be up.
You're going to be screwed and tattooed.
Yeah, buddy. It's going to be bad.
I'll already be awake, though.
Yeah. You know what, Marshy? Great strategy. I'd go with it.
I tried that once.
Did you?
It doesn't work.
Don't do it.
Wait, why does it not work?
You see how tired you get?
Because the kids figure it out. The kids know when you want to actually sleep, and they'll ruin it.
That's when they're up.
What?
Yeah,
They know.
They know.
He wants to be
They're on
asleep
this
now.
earth to ruin your life.
Marsh, look at me.
What?
Look at
Sounds
me.
terrible.
I haven't slept in 8 years.
I still don't sleep.
You look great, though.
Oh, thank you.
You got a new haircut.
Thanks.
5:45 to make sure that my daughter's up for school.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough.
CD knows too.
2 parents, right?
Yeah.
Some places, not all.
That's ideal. It's the best way to go. If you can.
All right,
Unless there's a better way.
Rusty says you sleep when the kids sleep. Tried that too.
Yeah, they don't sleep very much when I tried that.
Nope.
Oh, you're not tired, huh?
Maybe I'll start going to bed at 2.
Have you met Uncle Benadryl?
I slept.
Uncle Ben? I heard he died.
Nah.
Nice.
I slept with my daughter in the car seat one time because I put her in the car. We drove around. I mean, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I would get, they told me to put her in the car. She'll fall asleep.
The motion.
Fall asleep
So
right
you
away.
fall asleep, get her out, take her out of her seat. She wake up. I'm like, get her back in the car seat, drive around a little bit longer. Did this till about 3 or 4 in the morning. By that time, I said, you're just going to sleep in this seat, baby.
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, sleep right here. We're going to sleep together.
Yeah.
When we had the twins.
You don't care at that point.
At that point, it's like, whatever.
The twins were like that, and we had the twins, and we put one on the floor on her side of the bed, one on the floor on my side of the bed with the car seats. And just sleep with one leg off the bed.
Rocking it back and forth.
Yeah, and then they'd start to cry, start rocking it with your foot. And then they'd go back and back to sleep again. You're just hoping for like an hour and a half.
It's brutal.
A full hour.
Yeah.
That first year's tough.
It's great, though, Marsh. You'll love it.
You guys
been better.
Yeah.
Been better. Yeah.
Waterboy says Anthony sticks at least one of his kids in neighbor Dave's garage. Yeah, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Hasn't found him yet.
Yeah.
I thought you had 3 kids. You have 4?
You know what? I forgot. Maybe, yeah.
All right.
Neighbor Dave's raising them.
Took him over there and forgot.
It's like Big Daddy.
Just kidding. Kristen would never let that happen.
From the 314. Hey, boys.
Me on the other hand.
Yeah.
All right, let's get serious now, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, boys, are you sold on Philip Broberg and Dylan Holloway,
Yes.
or do you need to see them do it for a long period of time?
Sold.
Thanks. That comes from Lou.
Anthony,
I'm sold.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm totally
seen
sold.
enough.
Yeah. With the way they skate and handle the puck, it's never going in reverse. They're just going to keep getting better and better and more poise, more experience. Yeah, I'm with Anthony on this one.
Utter fleecing.
How about that's the biggest joke? The Oilers at the deadline, they have the hockey news, TSN, all this stuff. They're like, what the Oilers need? Young, fast forward, and a great skating defenseman that plays both sides of the puck.
That hurts.
Oh, you didn't have that, did you? Yeah, donkeys.
Whoops.
That's all right.
Well, they couldn't re-sign him.
Their loss, our game.
No doubt.
Oh, now we have people texting in about what they're hoping means.
No,
it's too late.
It's too late.
Okay.
It's too late.
The hope meter's gone.
You had your chance.
Yeah, 3 hours to text to send a mic drop.
You had your window.
Yep. You didn't send it.
You missed your window, Ted. I missed my window.
I don't know that reference. From the
Somebody will get
314.
it.
That Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Nope. Missed your window, Ted. I missed my window.
Ted? Movie Ted?
Nope.
Ted 2?
Nope.
Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso?
He in the weeds now.
We got to explain it now.
He wasn't checking her out at all. He's down there with the Rice-A-Rona people the entire time.
Ted Bundy.
No.
No.
Bundy. Nope. Guess we'll never know. From the 314, are you sold that the Cardinals really won't have Michael Ciani on the opening day roster?
No, because they want Lars Newbar to play center field.
I'm sold on it. They want Victor Scott to play center field. Victor Scott should be playing center field.
Okay. That last part I agree with.
Yeah.
Not the first
What were
part.
you about to say? You stopped. I thought you had something else to say.
No, Newt. They want to see Newt in center field.
Why?
They do. Because they're smarter than everybody.
That's
I
right.
don't think he's going to play center field.
I don't either.
He
I
shouldn't.
think we're going off of like spring training stuff.
Well, what else do we have to go? Splashback Deuce got it. What else do we have to go on?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? What else do we have to go on but spring training? CD has been depressed all show. Why? Two throws.
Seriously.
Out of Ivan Herrera
He
today.
did throw my game off.
He's been lost since he's been walking. You guys don't see it, but he's been walking around aimlessly. He's put on a good front in front of you, but he's been walking around these halls aimlessly because of two throws by
Just
Ivan
wandering
Herrera.
around.
This is what we have to go on, Marsh.
I'm usually walking right back in as the red light comes on.
Yeah.
I'm just walking around.
And then
aimlessly
it's
through
amazing the
halls.
way you're like,
right back to it.
you just get back into character.
I did learn that Marshy did ruin me in Bet the Board My bet the board pick isn't until tomorrow. I got to pick something else.
Are you serious?
Oh, my Lord.
What did you pick, the Celtics? You picked a game for tomorrow?
Way to fact check him, guys.
Well, why we don't? It helps
Somebody on the
us.
text line said it.
It helps us, Jamie.
You just burned your bet for tonight. That's it.
You can't give me a game that isn't playing.
No, but
We
you have
didn't.
You have to keep that game for tomorrow now.
I'll just take a 0.
How did you get there?
You've already given up anyways. So.
Essentially. Yeah.
How did you get there?
I scrolled down. I didn't realize that said tomorrow.
What
It says
website are you
there.
on?
FanDuel.com. Says Wednesday, 7:40 p.m.
That is easy to do.
Yeah, it catches.
easy to do.
They kind of all lump together.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just keep scrolling, they'll.
I'll take the Bucks on the money line.
That's my pick.
It usually works well.
That's my pick.
You changed it.
Jamie wouldn't let me.
What? Oh. I thought you did. I thought
that's a bet.
I'm not paying attention.
Take St. Mary's.
Give me St. Mary's. It's 3.5.
Yeah, take St. Mary's plus 3.5.
Plus 3.5. There you go.
There you go.
Probably 5 o'clock.
I don't even know who they're playing.
I just looked down. I was like, why are we acting? I'm like,
I thought you were joking. Like,
They're playing Gonzaga, aren't they?
yeah, but
yeah, I thought you changed it.
Jamie, with his unofficial rule book, came in and said I couldn't.
How does he
Remember
have
he saw my chest.
Official.
Remember he saw
It
about
is
the whole chest
unofficial.
thing.
No.
It is.
I made it official.
Well, how do you?
I put my hand on the Bible and I said,
That's your hand?
it's my hand on the Bible. That's all
so
I
your
needed.
vote weighs more than all the
No,
rest of us?
nobody was there, but you know what? I'm certainly not going to lie about that, Carey.
Very true.
He did change the rule in the college football playoff draft.
Which none of us remember who we had.
did.
No,
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did.
He waited until he saw what it was.
You did.
Hey, screw you guys. What I said was factual.
He waited until it was
We
the
still
thing
had
that he
4
didn't
names on the
want.
damn
Right.
wheel.
You know, you got too many names on there.
Yeah.
We did.
If it landed on his, he wouldn't have said a word.
Oh, totally.
No, I was totally complete.
No chance. Who won that, by the way?
I don't
Who
know.
had Ohio State?
That's a great question.
It wasn't me.
So
I
write
had,
it down. It's somewhere.
I had
so
Georgia,
bad.
Tennessee, and Texas.
Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas.
I don't know who I had. I think I had.
I know I had Arizona State because I took them over Boise, and everybody was like, "Oh, why would you do that?"
Didn't matter.
Did I have Ohio State?
Maybe.
I think I might have had Ohio State.
I mean, it makes sense that
Ohio
you would
State
have
and Tennessee.
Ohio State.
Because I thought they were going to beat Tennessee. I think I did.
Tennessee.
Who knows?
It's bad, man.
We got a text from the, let's see here, the 314. This show is off the rails. 636 says, get it together, boys. 314 says this show's the absolute best. So, hey, there we go.
Wide range. Yeah, wide range of topics. Do you guys want me to read the one email I got last week?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Somebody called me a cocky, arrogant Fedde.
What? Oh, yeah, you weren't here.
You weren't here?
I can't believe that email got through.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it says right here, oh, Coach Rivers. Yeah, that's you. No, wasn't James.
Does it have the email address on there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. How many makers do you write back?
One.
Oh, listen. That's not what he said he was going to do.
I know what he's going to do. Involves a chain and a pickup truck.
That's correct. Can I borrow your pickup truck?
Absolutely.
All right.
Just wash it after.
All right. No problem. Blood comes out, right?
You got to power wash it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I'll be fine. All right. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We have to do our, and when I say we have to, I mean it. We have to do our Around the Diamond segment.
Why do we have to? Why is that a necessity?
It's on the paper, Carey.
It's on the paper.
Hell, nobody even is listening to the Cardinals talk.
We're supposed to do 4:15 Around the Diamond.
Who is it today?
Somebody I'm going to trade to the Yankees. That's next on 101 ESPN. If you haven't checked out Underdog Fantasy yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. It is now available in our state of Missouri, and you can play NBA, NHL, FIFA if you want, college basketball. They've got it all. Heck, Marsh, they've even got Counter-Strike. You got some different video games that you could play at Underdog Fantasy. You could choose higher or lower on certain players' stats, and you can win a bunch of money in the process. Again, all you have to do is choose higher or lower on certain stats. So, for example, Giannis tonight, I like to go higher than 32.5 points. Zion, I like to go lower than 23.5 points. Cade Cunningham, I like to go higher, 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But however you want to play it, it's up to you at Underdog Fantasy. You can play for as low as $1 and win up to 1,000 times your money, or you can, choose to play a little bit bigger amounts. It's completely up to you. But Underdog Fantasy gives you a chance to win millions in the process, all by playing your hunches. And you can sign up for Underdog today by downloading the app, punch in the promo code Anthony, and you'll get a free selection as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Again, just use the promo code Anthony, and you'll get a free selection as well as the first cash entry with your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit at Underdog Fantasy. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues take on the Penguins on Thursday, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. We talked with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery earlier today. If you missed that interview or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Around the Diamond is next. I know the guys are excited to talk about a certain player. We'll get into that next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Flying down to Florida for a spring training report on 101 ESPN. Our Redbird Spring Training Report is brought to you by Rawlings. Visit the all-new Rawlings experience at Westport Plaza today.
Let's go around the diamond with your St. Louis Cardinals.
All right. Let's go around the diamond. Let's talk about Erick Fedde.
Is he still here?
What kind of impact you guys think Erick Fedde's going to make this season on your St. Louis Cardinals?
Are we doing the 1 to 10 thing? 1 to 5?
No, we can't. Listeners don't like it.
All right. So then how are we going to do this?
Just tell me your impact.
Should we should we rate it with balls?
Yeah. How many balls do you think Erick Fedde?
So like 1 to 5, 1 to 3?
Yeah, 1 to 5.
1 to 5 balls?
Yeah, more balls the better.
5 is good.
5 is the best amount of balls
5
you can
balls
have.
is good.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of impact.
Of course.
Yep.
I'll start off then. I'll go with 2 balls.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to have that much of an impact. I think he's going to be a arm in the rotation.
So you're saying he's going to be more Nationals Erick Fedde than Chicago White Sox
Correct.
Erick Fedde. I agree. Also, I give him 2 balls.
Okay.
All right, 2.5. Got to give half balls?
No, you can't. It's got to be a full ball.
It's got to be a full ball.
A half balls doesn't count, no.
I can't give him a half ball?
When's the last time you seen half a baseball?
When last time you seen 3?
Well, on the field.
Oh, the field.
I saw a half baseball in that documentary called The Sandlot when
there you go.
Benny hit the guts out of the ball.
Mm-hmm. All right, Carey, if you want to give half a ball, you can give half a ball.
Well, it's just ripped. It exploded.
It was about half. No, it was half.
Okay, I give him 2 balls.
Okay.
Thank you.
2 balls.
Okay.
He gave up a lot of hits yesterday.
Yeah.
Or today. Was that today?
I don't know. It's all
What's today?
They're all running together.
I think
It is
it's
all running
20 to
together.
4, the runs for and against in the last 2 days.
Is that good?
Not great.
If you're on the 20 side, it is.
Yeah, if you're like the Marlins.
Let's see. He
won today.
4 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 6 earned runs, 3 homers.
How many innings?
So that was for the Cardinals pitching staff did that the entire game.
No, that was Erick Fedde.
Just Erick Fedde.
In his 4 innings today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
he didn't have a great outing.
I think. Marsh, go ahead. How many? Where's your
My ball meter?
Yeah.
How many balls out of 10?
5.
Out of 5.
Out of 5 balls?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that makes it worse.
Yep. Certainly does.
A lot more difficult for sure. On his impact on this season, I got to go 2 balls.
2 balls across the board.
I'll give him 1 for what he could do on the field, and I give another 1 for maybe his
trade value.
Yes,
but if he's only 1 ball on the field, how much trade value is that?
That's true.
I'll give him 3 balls then.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to need him to
3
pitch
baseballs.
very well so he can be a Yankee.
The Yankees aren't giving.
I hate to be the bearer.
Have you seen how desperate the Yankees
The
are?
Yankees
Their
came
fans
out and
think
said that they don't. They're fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jamie.
They're not lying.
I know you have friends that have said, I'm fine. And you know damn well they were not fine.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And you look at them and you're like, you're not fine. At some point, you're going to tell me what's going on.
Take an Uber.
Take an Uber. The Yankees need to take an Uber right now because they're not fine. They're not. So, Erick Fedde to the Yankees at some point, I think That makes the most sense. But to your point, Jamie, yeah, he's got to pitch. He's got to pitch well. All right. Let me grab my sheet here. I'll ask you guys another question on this. What impact can this player bring to the team?
Again, we
answer that. What is your biggest question mark surrounding this player?
Well, the version that we saw as a Cardinal and the version that we saw as a National. That's my biggest concern. Is that the question?
Yeah. What's your biggest concern?
My concern is that's the pitcher. That's truly who he is as a pitcher, and that the little bleep of his time with the White Sox, who were garbage as it was. So I'm wondering if that was skewed a little bit. That like, oh, guy's not bad. He's like a fourth arm in the rotation.
To your point, he pitched well overseas, so it's like, hey, you don't have any expectations. Cool, I'll pitch well. Now you got expectations. Yeah. Oh, now I won't.
I just, I don't have much faith in that.
Okay,
I'm at a loss for words I'm trying not to be that guy. I'm trying not to put so much into spring training and what I'm seeing or not seeing.
Carey's crushed.
But it is. It feels like it's going to be like, you know how 2023 was really bad, but none of us expected it to be that bad.
Sure.
It's like expecting 2023 to actually happen.
Okay.
That season. Like that's the vibe I feel. Now, I hope I'm wrong. 71 wins. Not great.
Mm-hmm.
You got Taylor Motter playing a lot, guys I didn't know much about. Played hard, but just didn't get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how I'm feeling about this 2025 season. Like it's going to be a repeat of that.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
My biggest question mark with Erick Fedde is, will he be even good enough to trade? Like, can we trade
That's a good one, actually.
You've tried to trade him in every turn.
And who has halted me at every turn?
Logical people with sense.
Jamie, can you help me with this?
With him?
Yeah, because I have tried to do the Cardinals a solid by trading Erick Fedde and Miles McCollum.
And you are a hell of a salesman. And even you, Anthony.
Sometimes the product's just crap.
Even you, Anthony.
I got to move inventory.
Yeah, but even then.
You're going to have to go a different route, buddy.
I've seen people be able to sell ketchup popsicles to ladies in white dresses. Ain't happening here.
He could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in a white dress. Ketchup popsicle? No.
Would you eat that?
No. I mean, if there's money involved, sure.
No, it's just if someone made a bunch of like ketchup popsicles, would you try it?
No.
I pass.
No.
The hell I don't eat that for.
Marshy, would you try that?
Ketchup popsicle.
Yeah. Like, would the curiosity get the best of you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No chance.
I don't think so.
I feel like it would have like that taste, like when you taste me, like it's like like instant like
drinking ketchup,
like V8 juice or something. No thanks.
Some people like that.
Some
people like that.
Yeah, because they think they're healthy. Like
I don't know.
You know what?
It's
tomato juice. You're drinking tomato
juice. They're good for Bloody Marys, I hear.
I like a good Bloody Mary.
There's 60 vitamins, and there's not. It's tomato juice.
You don't like Bloody Mary? You're giving me that look.
No, I'm fine.
Not the Bloody Mary that you say a couple times, and then she shows up in your
water in your mirror.
Yeah, not that Bloody Mary. I'm talking about the drink.
Sure.
That one I don't mind, actually.
All right.
What we learned, 3 questions of the day, and some criticisms of columnists. Next on 101 ESPN.
It is that time of year. People are putting their houses on the market, baby. Well, if you're looking to sell your home, you're going to need a reliable, experienced, and trusted agent. That is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria has been in the business for over 20 years. She understands St. Louis and the market here in St. Louis. And we all know it. Every zip code has a different price range for the most part for when houses that you're buying or selling. So Gloria Liu is going to take the appointment with you, go to your home, and walk the property with you and give you the price that's going to be the most money you can possibly make, but selling your home fast, because we know the competition's going to get to be pretty tough right now. And Gloria Liu also already has the buyers for you. She's got a database with thousands of buyers that are ready, willing, and able to purchase your home. That helps. That pushes a lot of traffic to your listing and hopefully gets your home sold quickly for the amount of money that you want, maybe even more if you're lucky. So please don't hesitate. Now is the time to call Gloria Liu. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit her at GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you have any car needs at all, you need to give my friends over at All Things Appearance a call. They can handle everything. They cover all things auto-related, from small scratches to major bodywork, whether it's standard maintenance, detailing, ceramic coating, paint, dent repair, collision repair. Even if you had hail damage from a hailstorm last year, they can work with you. Their owner, Jeff, is a great guy. He will work with your insurance company and your warranty companies to make sure you are getting the best price possible. And you can reach Jeff at this number, 636-248-5051. That is his personal cell phone number. You can call him right now. Whenever you get off, you can call him on Saturday. You can call him on Sunday. He will make sure that he reaches out to you personally and talks to you about whatever car needs you may have. And don't worry, the weather's breaking. They also do boats and jet skis and motorcycles. Get over there. Call Jeff now for a free estimate. Again, that number is 636-248-5051. All Things Appearance. No one offers more services or does more for their customers than the team at All Things Appearance. Call Jeff today or text him, 636-248-5051. He's always available and he will always respond.
On 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter.
Violent.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie.
Oh, wasn't me this time.
Can't believe you'd say that.
Yeah, that was awful. Jamie?
It's a friend.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast. Available at 101ESPN.com or your 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's mobile app. As always, those podcasts, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today.
Well, I learned that Marshy broke me when he took Steph Curry. He took my pick.
Mm-hmm.
I had spite, a field rage, and went back at him. It didn't work well. And then he made a sound today and told me he didn't make the sound, and I thought I was going crazy.
I never did that.
Yeah, see? There he does it again.
Wow.
See?
Not
how
cool.
it works? Yeah, it's actually not hilarious.
It is very funny.
Hey, coming from him.
It's good, though, for you. Like, now you know.
I knew I heard something.
Yeah.
I didn't
This
say
time.
anything.
This
He's
time.
like, I didn't hear anything. Were you all in on it?
I did not hear it.
I can't
That's
remember.
not what you said during the... Oh, my bad.
They say in a deposition, just I don't recall.
I don't recall.
I don't recall. Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Jamie, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Anthony has a hard time keeping us on clock.
What?
Yeah.
And then he tries to blame other people for said behavior.
Who did I blame?
Oh, me.
No, I blame Ryan.
You blamed me for answering Ryan.
Well, I think he blamed Ryan for asking the question.
I did blame Ryan. Eventually, then I just blame you.
Making the statement.
Yeah, see, I knew we'd get there.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Marsh, what'd you learn today?
I learned, and I knew this already, that, as a former athlete, you end up retiring, but you still have that fire. You still want to, beat people up, illegally, of course.
Every now and then.
Sure, yeah. Naturally.
You just have that instinctual rage within you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to learn, though, and I really learned it today, that you actually don't have to be a former athlete to really to really want to harm people.
What do you mean by that, Marsh? Can you provide some context?
Maybe some people are professional athletes. Some people tried out for their college baseball team and they had to switch positions.
And those people are violent?
I mean, there are signs,
Yeah,
Sometimes
sure.
you got to pick up on the signs.
Yeah.
Pay attention to those signs.
Interesting. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
I'm not directly talking about you, but
No, it'd be fine if
No,
you
I
just-
mean, I'll look into what he's talking
okay.
about. Yeah.
Or yours, fine.
How could you? All right, what I learned today is that Carey Davis did not get broken by Ray Lewis. He got broken by Andrew Marsh in Bet the Board.
He did.
Carey has given up
On a lot, almost life. We had to help
on
him.
life
We had to help him.
to the point where he picked my pick tonight for Bet the Board.
After I picked the Bet the Board, that was not tonight.
Yeah, his original pick was for tomorrow night, actually. Now, it's fine on the weekends when we do it on Friday, but not on a
maybe
Tuesday.
It's Friday in my head.
The other thing I learned is that one bad throw by Ivan Herrera has also completely broken Carey's spirit on the Cardinals.
It was actually 3 bad. 2 2 stolen bases and 1 throwing error. So it was 3 bad throws.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of different, like Tom says, I learned that Anthony likes to store garbage in Neighbor Dave's garage. Man, in fairness to me, that weed waker still worked.
I thought you said it was broke.
No, it wasn't broke. I
You
just
said
didn't want it
didn't
anymore.
like it.
Yeah. I got another one. One I liked better. I gifted it to him. I'm basically a hero.
You didn't even charge him for it.
Nope, I certainly didn't. Marsh?
All right, our 3 stars of the day. Our 3rd star of the day goes out to clock management.
Yeah.
Yes. 2nd star of the day
Bears.
goes out to Neighbor Dave's garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the 1st star of the day goes out to Carey's hearing.
It works. It works.
It does work.
It does, yeah.
I can hear it.
Deserves a star.
Hear well.
Jeez.
Yeah, you can.
Only when he gets
Absolutely.
angry. Otherwise, he's drunk. Huh? What are we doing?
By the way, Carey's Carey St. Mary's Gales play tonight against the Gonzaga Bulldogs, West Coast Conference Championship. We got that tip-off at 8. For Andrew Marsh, for Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.